What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the House of Nerd. We're live in full effect. It is not Sunday morning, it is Sunday afternoon. Special time. But we're here. We made it. What's going on now? How you doing?
I'm just a little curious what that face you were making was during the intro.
Oh, did you see that?
Yes, I did. And
Did you see?
it was concerning.
So I have our YouTube open, ready. So when we can do the poll, right? So I forgot to mute it. And so the audio was coming in and it was throwing me off because I didn't know what was going on. And I'm only having my first coffee, and it's 2 p.m. baby, in the afternoon. This feels a little, does it feel weird now? I mean, you must feel nice. You got like three extra hours of sleep.
No, because I get up at 4 on the weekends for, I take my husband to the train station.
Oh, okay.
But
that's a good reason. I was gonna say.
But it was weird to come home and I'm like, oh, I feel useless right now. Like I should be doing something. And then it felt like I had too much time on my hands. And then I was like, I should take a nap. And then I'm like, no. But now I'm tired. But I should have taken a nap. And then I'm thinking, like, is this what
you didn't take a nap after you woke up?
No, I did Han stuff. And then I said, which was nice to wake up and have like 5 hours to do everything I was supposed to do over the whole week.
Okay.
And it kind of made me mad. I was like, no, this is the new time because I had so much time to get stuff done. So not having to be live at 8 o'clock in the morning. So,
I mean, damn near every week you're complaining about the start time, about the 8 a.m. So, I mean.
This was nice. I'm
nice?
not gonna lie. It was nice.
It was
very
nice?
nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have soccer every weekend, huh?
Hey. So, folks, I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. It's World Cup. It's the World Cup, baby.
This guy said family obligations.
Hey, family obligations.
He said La Familia.
I'm spending some quality time with the familia. We watched the World Cup opener. Ecuador won that joint 2-0 against Qatar. So the games they're all like in the morning, right? Because of the time difference and stuff. So actually next week as well, folks, we're going live at 2 p.m. Eastern because Canada they got a big game at 11. So hey, what's the word I'm looking for? Not importance, but priorities. Priorities, baby. It's soccer season, World Cup, man. Hey, it's only every 4 years. Get off my case, Al. Get off my case.
I didn't say anything. I said let's have soccer every weekend.
I know you. Better not get used to you. You might force that permanent 2 p.m. start time, man. You might be liking it too much. Hey, listen. Let's go through. Who's with us this morning? Or I should say this afternoon. See, I'm already. Oh, was Juanito first? No, that's a lie.
It was Reggie.
I'll put on the right one. Come on.
The comment's not showing for me.
Don't. Oh no, you can't see it. I'm gonna throw it up.
Nope.
What's that? Reggie. Don't do Reggie.
How come you can see that comment but I can't see it?
Reggie Merritt first, baby.
Reggie, you got me blocked.
But then Juanito, he's coming in after the first, and he's saying, "Nah, I'm sorry, but." And who else we got? What's going on? Figure drawing. What's going on, baby? Good to see you, my man. I feel like it's been a minute since we've seen y'all. How's it going? Happy Sunday. Cookie is Cookie. Hey, shout out Cookie, man. Hey, Al. I binged most of Interview with the Vampire this weekend. Oh my god!
Did he get the job? I've always liked that joke.
So surprised. It was good. It's very good. I got 2 more episodes to go. Only 7 episodes though. Damn. Evil Cornstar, what's going on, baby? Good to see you, my man. Thank you for coming through Sunday afternoon. Markelin, what's going on? The Pole Kings, baby. Hey, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the vid tonight, man. I'm curious to see what you got your top 3 this week, man.
Sure haven't.
What's Figure Drawing saying? I wonder if I'll watch Wakanda Forever. She pretty said she probably, as I recall. Elle, you haven't watched Wakanda Forever?
Wakanda whenever.
Uh, not supporting your people, your gente. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Carlos.
Hey, slow it down. Slow it down, friend. Slow it down.
Carlos, what's going
You're
on,
talking,
baby?
You're talking fast. Slow it down.
I'm talking fast?
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
it. No, I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Okay. Cookie Monster. What did she say? I missed that. You're so quick with it, man.
The city boy Phil himself.
It's Philly Phil. Hey, I'm my man. I'm glad we're able to see the comments. And
1/4 of the Teletubbies.
So that reminds me. So Phil was telling us, he was letting us know, AL, sometimes his comments weren't popping up. If anybody in the live chats, if you guys ever feel like we're not seeing your comments, that you're dropping, whatever, but we're not throwing it, let us know. Something's going on, something weird's happening. We're not sure. But yeah.
It might be if you're not paying Juan the 10 cents for subscribing, he could be muting you.
Oh, it could be, Juanito, one of our mods. Hey, you might have to throw him a little some, man. He's got the power now, baby. He's getting power hungry.
Germany bars aren't playing any of the games.
Why is that?
Because soccer.
I didn't hear that. But you know what they did do in Toronto? They opened up the alcohol drinking hours. I think it's 7 a.m. now.
Wait a minute, hold on. What? Take that back a sec.
They extended the drinking hours in Toronto during the World Cup. I think that it's a 7 or 8 a.m. start time for bars, because of the time.
How many mornings do you plan on hitting the bars to drink and watch soccer?
What kind of question is that? Every morning, man.
Every morning.
Every morning. So folks, pay attention to the timeline, my Twitter timeline. If you see some shenanigans at like 9 a.m., you guys know why.
I mean, that's nothing new.
You're getting into the sauce.
I've seen Dark. I haven't watched 1899. I know Sergio said that he watched.
Okay, listen, Figure Drawing, real talk. I keep saying it. Dark is the best Netflix show ever. I started 1899 from the makers of Dark. I gotta be honest, it's a little underwhelming for me. I was super hyped, but it's not really doing it for me right now. I'm like 4 episodes into it. But yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of Dark, check it out. 1899. Yeah. Juanito saying he's going for Mexico and Canada. Hey, Canada, baby. Our first game's on Wednesday. We got a tough group, man. It'll be tough to get out. Are you watching the World Cup?
Yeah, I'm rooting for
Get out of here.
I'm rooting for Manchester United. Is that a soccer team?
You better stop.
Or Cookie, is it countries?
Why Argentina? I feel like she saw my tweet. I feel like, why Argentina? Get out of here.
Who's playing against Canada?
Who's playing first game? They're playing Belgium.
Oh, I think I'm rooting for Belgium.
You're a winner. That's what you are. Yo. What's Marglin saying? Oh, Marglin, he's saying he's only halfway through your stack. Okay. All right, man. Stacks.
Well, there's like 4 or 5 books I didn't get to. I just barely finished reading Revolvers right before the show.
Revolvers?
Mm-hmm.
I read that one too. You saw my slides. You're trying to copy.
No, it's on my list.
Okay. It's okay.
This guy.
It's okay. Real Talk 1899. It's on its own spectrum, so for me, it's not underwhelming. Yeah, you know what it is, Juanito. I think maybe honestly, I just built it up so much because I love Dark. Like to me, like I said, Dark. There's Dark, and then there's everything else. But yeah, it's okay. I mean, I'm gonna keep watching it for sure. Cookie saying I'll watch Dark and skip 18. Cookie, please. Dark is so good, man. And it's only three seasons, man. Yeah. I feel underwhelmed watching Ender. You better stop, homie. Yo. You better. Mark Allen, please, my man, tell me you're playing, bro. Folks, Andor, I think I said it last week, is easily the best Star Wars Disney content. You been watching it?
And or
Andor, man, come on.
or and
Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. Bold statement, but I feel you. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. I know you're a Messi fan. You're a Messi fan. Okay. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Andor's rad. Andor's rad. What do we got going on this week? What are we doing? What are we doing today?
the show.
Yeah. What do we got planned for the show?
The usual copper drop.
Yeah.
Weekend review. Wakanda Forever. Apparently a spoiler review, even though I've never seen it. But I'll give my thoughts anyways.
I had this conversation on Chill's channel the other day. We're talking about how soon is too soon for spoilers, and those degenerates, they're talking about opening day, opening weekend. I said,
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like as long as you tag it or you label it as a spoiler, then it's fine. But
I mean,
also,
that's not too soon for me. That's too soon. I mean, my personal thing is like, give it like a full week, maybe a bit long, but at least if you give it a full week, bless. Okay, you're giving people a chance to see it. But like, I had to I had to unfollow a couple other channels. I'll be honest. I'll tell you why. They had spoilers for Black Panther, like right in the title of their video and in the thumbnail, and it spoiled one of the things for me. So for those folks who have watched Black Panther, there's like pretty much just the one thing that you can like really spoil, and I was so cheesed. I was so upset. I mean, the scene still hit for me, but anyways, we'll get into that.
Black Panther was spoiled for me 2 days before it even came out. It was
which one?
The movie was spoiled 2 days before it even came out.
That's brutal. Yeah, that's brutal. So yeah, folks. So we're talking Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, baby. We're gonna get into that very shortly, and we're gonna open it up to you guys. We're gonna drop the link in the live chats. So if you've got thoughts on Wakanda Forever and you wanna chop it up about it, hey, you're more than welcome to come through, hop on live with us, and share those thoughts, man. Because super dope. And you need to stop slacking. You need to go watch that, man. Hey, listen.
Watch what? Black Panther?
Yeah.
I'll catch it on Disney Plus. I don't have any. Even knowing what happens, I still don't have any like.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm whatever. Yeah.
Wow. Just say you don't like the black and the browns. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yes, Dark is the best. Andor is fantastic. My man, Deviant. Je ne sais quoi, a man of taste.
If Winter Soldier didn't take over as Black Panther, I'm not interested.
You want to see the White Wolf be the king of Wakanda? I take. Okay.
And if Shuri doesn't have his babies to integrate the bloodlines.
You try. Oh my God. You take it too far, man. Like let's dilute the bloodline now. Like the less melanated, the better, eh? Oh my goodness, man! That's a hot thing. I'm getting hot in here. You better shit. Oh my God. Yeah. So folks, again, we're gonna drop the link in the live chat shortly if you want to come and talk Black Panther with us.
There you go.
Please, come hang out with us. But first, shall we get into a little bit of a copper drop?
No, we can do the announcement first.
You want to do the announcement? Let's do it up, baby. Let's do it up. Next Saturday, folks, we got a special Saturday episode for you. We're live with the I'm gonna shut up, shit. The best letter in the game, Hassan Otzman Alau. He's live with us Saturday, November 26th, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. We're hanging out with him. Yeah, man, we're pretty excited. He's like, his credits are endless, eh? Above Snakes, that's his cover. I think his very first comic book cover, which is very ingenious, creative. He's on the Brother of All Men. He's currently on Bloodstained Teeth. What else? Chicken Devils right now. I mean, all kinds, all kinds. So yeah, he's actually the 2021 Nerdies Award winning. You guys voted him, community voted him best letterer. So we're excited to have him on this Saturday again. Hassan Atsmain Alau. Yeah, 2 p.m. It's a Saturday.
You almost
Saturday.
twinned with him during the Nerdies, so curious to see if we will see you guys mirroring each other again.
Oh, we did a yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Hey,
almost identical.
you might have to release that clip at some point during the week for promo.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, speaking of the Nerdies, man, it's coming up. It's coming up, man. We're only a couple months away. Pretty soon, like very soon. Stay tuned. Myself, we're gonna like announce how we're gonna do like the nominations, all that good stuff, the categories, when it is, and then we're gonna work on getting our guests, man. Yeah, Geek Driven, what's going on? Hey, I appreciate you coming through. Thank you, my man.
Not
That's right.
integrate the Yep, integrate the club.
You see, Carlos, you see what I gotta pull up, and
Integration, not segregation. That's what. Hey Mel.
shout out Melly Mel. What's going on? What's going on? I mean, if you guys feel free to let Elle know how you guys really feel. It's okay. Integrate the bloodlines. Damn, yo, that's cold. That's cold. she's like, I'm happy the king is dead, yo. Fuck, man.
I will need you. I will during the spoiler review. I will expect you know, details of his demise.
Demise, how they handled it?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
for
not
sure.
how they handled it. Just the cause. I don't care how they handled it.
Because okay, we'll get into that. We'll get into that for sure, for sure.
And then the
Uh
post credit scene that I did see, it was just kind of silly but we could talk about
oh, you
that.
did see the post credit scene?
I tell you, I don't care about spoilers.
Let's
I
do that.
watch them.
Okay, all right. So that's coming up shortly. But let's get into Copper Drive right now, baby. Let's do this. Boom. Copper Drop time. You know what it is. Every week, myself and Al, we pitch a book to you. You guys get to vote on it. And actually, Al, why don't you explain what happened last week, man?
So Sergio and I, we both picked books that ended up getting pushed to next week. So we put up a poll, and despite my book winning marginally, we went with Sergio's pick.
Oh,
and don't, because we can pull the receipts right now.
We can pull them up.
52% on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about 50-50 on YouTube.
Last I checked, my book was up by 2 votes.
I'll pull it up right now.
Pull it up right now. Pull it up right now. So yeah. So we had to pick new books, folks. We put the polls up.
It's at 50-50, 12 votes.
Oh well, I know you probably you just voted with your burner accounts because I saw that last night. You're so petty, bro. You're like the pettiest person I've ever met.
Because I noticed that you could see who votes, and it had all of your burner accounts on there. And I said, what a loser.
Okay. So we went with Atonement Bell #1. This one is from Red 5 Comics, super indie publisher. But hey, we've been getting they've been sending us their arcs for a minute. Just haven't been able to get it to any of their books up until now. So I was excited to get into this one. Red 5 Comics writer Jim Owsley, artist Tyler B. Ruff. You think he's from the Rough Riders crew? No?
He's from somewhere.
Colorist Benjamin Percy. That joke. My son would be proud. And letter Ed Dukeshire, man. Did you read this out?
Sure didn't.
You didn't read this?
Nope.
Wow. That's a womp. So folks, what we're dealing with here is it's a pretty straightforward story. You have a mother and a son. The son's name is Jake. They're traveling to St. Louis to go visit their family over there. They've got their Jake's aunt, Jake's cousin. I guess it's been a couple years since they've seen their family, and it looks like Jake has lost his dad tragically. They kind of, we don't know for most of the book, and they tease at it towards the end of the book. Um, uh, and Basically, it's like, I would describe this as a supernatural horror type joint. So you've got, it opens up with this cold open, December 24th, 1822, Christmas book. Fitting right
Can
around the
we
corner.
bring attention to the bottom right panel?
Bottom right.
Is that a hoof or looking a little phallic?
Oh, you like that, eh? I mean, I see a hoof. What do you see?
Balls.
The shaft and the ball. Okay. Yeah, it opens up 1822, cold open, and you've got like this guy's being chased by like these supernatural entities, and what happens is they capture him, and I think so. The guy who's being captured, he's part of a group of Catholics. These other guys, they're like some kind of pagan demons or something or other. And the Catholics, it looks like they killed the high priestess of this group, of this coven, or whatever they are, and so they put a curse on this guy. Every 100 years he's got to pay the atonement. He's got to pay the price and make like a sacrifice to these guys. And then we next scene, it's like 200 years later, and we got our main characters. So this first issue, very much a setup, a slow burner. I mean, at this point in this is where I would bounce off of you, but you didn't even read anything. Eh?
I'll read it when I get it.
You're reading when you get it. When you get it. So, yeah, I think for me, again, this issue takes its time in developing the characters and the relationships. It didn't entirely. Well, I'll tell you some of the things. I'll keep it 100 with you guys. Some of the art was not really my favorite, my cup of tea. A lot of it felt, minus this panel, I like this panel, but a lot of it felt just, the colors felt a little flat. Can you see that, Elle? They feel a little flat. Some about the way the faces are drawn. Not exactly. I'm not, just a little weird or whatever.
A little caricaturish.
That's okay. Thank you. Yeah, that's a good one. A little caricaturish. Yes. In terms of the writing style, the premise was cool. Was fine, and for the most part, the writing was okay. I would say my critique in terms of the writing is the characters' voices. At times, they weren't distinct enough. They didn't sound like they didn't have their own unique voice. And then little homie Jake there, they don't specify his age, but I'm guessing maybe like early teens, maybe 13, 12, 14, something like that. But at times he sounded like a little too self-aware.
My favorite thing about you is one of my, to call back Chillmonger's say 3 nice things about each other, is what you are going to critique is a kid's voice.
And you know what's so funny now? I swear to God, when I was writing, I swear to God, I promise you, when I was writing down my notes, I said, anyhow, I was going to comment on that. And this, I was going to say something because I knew you were going to say that. But it's true.
You hate a kid to sound grown.
But it's true. So I mean, but other than that, this was a this book did enough for me. That I do, to be honest, I do want to read issue 2. I do want to see where it goes. If you're hearing voices while reading, you might need to seek some help. Hey, that's what I've been told. Elle, should I mean, should I be worried or?
Sometimes he'll hit me up. It'll be like 3 a.m. and he's like, "Can you read this line to me?"
Oh, I like while I'm sleeping, I just like to put the phone to my ear.
Can you? I need you play the lines like one by one while you read it.
But it was because I like how you do the voices.
Mm-hmm.
You give their meats their you know. I recommend hit her up, folks. Hit her up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's your ad there, Al?
Um.
Yeah. So the lettering was okay, basic. It wasn't bad. It wasn't it was just there. Um, what I did like, so this is Jake's family. His mom is like former Catholic, and his aunt and his cousins are Catholic. So this book leans into Catholicism. But what I dig is that it's not like negative or positive. Anytime I feel like a lot of times when you're bringing up religion or especially Catholicism, it tends to lead on the negative side, sometimes positive, but mostly
Oh, wait a
negative.
minute. Is she smoking a cigarette in the car?
She is secondhand smoke.
That's illegal in 2022. You can't smoke with kids in the car.
Bitch don't care.
She sure don't.
She don't care.
I know what her seats smell like.
Man with her fingernails. Yeah, man. So listen, but
what about her fingernails?
let me finish my thought. So I'm saying I kind of enjoyed that they didn't kind of go either way with that, like they just were, they just were Catholic. So it didn't lean into a negative or a positive Catholic experience, which is cool. I feel like is pretty refreshing, there doesn't always have to be, this commentary left or right. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna call it a cop, folks. Pretty straightforward. I think you folks will enjoy this one. I'm gonna check out issue 2. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Al?
You guys can check my Instagram stories later. It's a drop. Okay. It's a drop for me. Find out on my IG.
But you didn't even read it. I thought you said you didn't read it.
I sure didn't.
So how are you gonna call it a drop?
Check my Instagram stories later.
They're disrespectful, man.
No, somebody.
Well, since you didn't read it, you really can't have a voice or a say in this, ma'am. So we're saying it's a cop, folks.
No, you're saying it's a cop.
Go out, check it out. Give these small indie publishers a shot. Red 5 Comics, man. Hey, they're on the come up, man. Can't knock it. Can't knock it.
Give Red 5 their due.
Yeah, Red 5. That's fair.
The publisher.
I hear that. I hear that. Okay. What are we gonna do here? Are we pitching? to the community? Yeah. Okay. Who's going first?
You.
I'm going first. Get out of here, man. All right, folks. Here, myself and Elle. We're pitching to you. You guys get to vote on what we're reading next week and what we're discussing on next Sunday's show. My book is Fear of a Red Planet #1 from Aftershock Comics. They drop in heat. Let me hit you with a little bit of a synopsis.
Yeah, we could tell because the page went red. Your face went red.
No, watch. Yes. Mars. 50 years from now, humanity's first Martian colony is no longer self-sustaining. Under the thumb of its corporate mining overlords, the surviving colonists live away just to pay for resupply rockets from Earth, with little or no hope of returning home. One woman has kept a fragile peace, the UN's first and only interplanetary marshal, a law woman escaping a violent past on Earth. She prides herself on never having fired a shot on Mars. But when she's tasked with solving the murder of the colony's most hated man, her investigation threatens to tear the red planet apart. This one's written by Mark Sable, illustrated by Andrea Olimpieri. So martial law is a near future Western with the hard sci-fi of The Expanse and the hard-boiled gunslinging of Justified. Okay. All right. Sounds pretty cool. Pretty straightforward. Sci-fi Western takes place on Mars. Hey, I'm with it.
Now, based on this, who is you see on the right side? Is that him getting killed? These are preview pages. Yeah, on the right. Is
Man,
that is the first man to get killed on Mars a black man? Ugh.
could be.
Sticky situation.
But I thought you wanted the bloodlines thinned out. So this is a good thing for you, no?
No, because how were they gonna take his semen post mortem?
You we have to say that word out.
The
Watch your mouth.
semen?
Hey,
It's the scientific term.
this is a family show. We don't talk about those things.
We don't talk about it.
This is Sunday show. Get out of here.
Oh
My
well.
goodness.
So do they take his?
But the art is cool. Look at this.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
It kind of looks like AWA art.
a little bit. I can see
Mm-hmm.
that. It's heavy inky. I
Mm-hmm.
like it. You know, is that a term? Heavy inky. It is now.
Heavy inky. Okay.
Heavy inky. Yeah. See, that's my book. Pretty straightforward. While you're pitching yours, let me get the poll up. Is that person's chalk line outline dancing?
So my pitch is Once Upon a Time at the End of the World
Oh, look at that frizzen.
from Boom
I like it.
Studios.
I'm not
In
typing that
this,
whole thing out, eh?
huh?
That's so rude. You picked the name with the longest titles. I'm just putting once as your.
once,
That's it.
Once Upon a Time. Put Once Upon a.
Okay, I'll put once
In
upon
this
a time.
epic post-apocalyptic tale, 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲 and 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲 have never met anyone like each other, and they'll need all the help they can get to survive a planet ravaged by environmental catastrophe. So what's really cool about this book is that it's a trilogy of 3 arcs of 5 issues. So this is kicking things off with the first arc, first artist, and this is when these two characters meet as kids.
Three
So
arcs of 5 issues.
yeah, it's a trilogy,
Ain't
and
nobody
so
got time for that.
so this first
Jesus
arc,
Christ.
first issue is the artist from the 𝐬𝐭𝐴ZHIN, and it's telling their story from when they're kids, right? And so the second arc will be them, I think, like at their present time, and then the third one, later. But what's cool is that all of the artists are gonna be involved with each arc. So like their perspective, you could tell because of the artist, like what point of time this scene is from, if that makes sense. Which I thought was really cool. And for them to out like lay it out front so we know exactly what to expect down the line. So I'm excited for it. It looks cool. There's a lot of cool covers. Um, yeah.
Alrighty, poll is up. Poll is up. Poll is up. Yeah. Yeah. It's what it is. You know, it's that three. It's that first of 3 volumes. That's a no go for me.
I know you don't. You can't read anything past 2 issues of a
That's
book.
a no go for me. One shots only, baby.
One shot.
One shots only. You know, one shots only. That prison is nice though.
Yeah, they have the one in like black and like grayscale with the puckers outlined in red. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, yo.
Well,
So
thanks you guys for coming out.
is that it?
That it.
You out of her? Goodbye.
I'll pick his take.
I'll pick his take.
We don't even need Canada over here anymore.
You said you were gone.
You said you were gone.
Just saying. You said you were out of here. Okay. Yo, hey folks, I'm gonna.
I know you all read tons of, but do you collect any Marvel? You know what? I think what happens is, I think I can't speak for Sergio, but for me, I know I always end up getting a lot of Marvel and DC books. I just don't usually talk about them a lot on the timeline or on the show because I feel like those spaces are kind of oversaturated. But I do have a DC in my top 3 for today.
I'll say a word.
I do, and so right up your alley, a one shot. But yeah, I think that's what ends up happening is I do read. Well, I'll say more DC, much more DC than Marvel, but I just end up talking more about the indies because they're more compelling.
I'll be honest with you, geek. I stopped reading. So I was heavy DC guy. I stopped reading DC around when Death Metal came out. Just kind of I don't know. Yeah, lost interest in a lot of. I was heavy like on U-52 and Rebirth. I loved. We don't. Yeah, we don't. I mean, I know. We don't cover much Big Two. But if you guys are after Big Two content, oftentimes, Marcolin and Charles, man, they're more of a mix. But they for sure they cover more Big Two than us. So check out their Pull King vids, man. Every Monday it drops. Marco in the chats here. One half of the Pull Kings, and then the other guys, Charles Dragon Ranger 9. Yeah, man. So and you know what, Al? That's part of why I wanted to bring them on. But I enjoy it because they put me on to
Oh,
uh, like
we have to
the
do
DC and the Marvel stuff.
DC Vampires. We got to revisit that soon
hmm
because.
When it finishes up, we gotta bring those boys on again. Yeah. Mel's saying I've been reading Wolverine X-Men every night for a couple months. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Which Wolverine run? Yeah, man. The last Wolverine stuff that I read was The Death of Wolverine, which came out, I want to say, like, shoot, 7 or 8 or 9 years ago.
I think the last thing I read was The Birth of Wolverine.
Yeah. Just about done with that now.
Hmm.
Keep it win.
He lived as he died. You're like, what? Is Sergio okay?
Oh my god, yo. Hey, listen. We just dropped the link to the StreamYard in the live chats. If anybody wants to come on and talk Wakanda Forever, little Black Panther with us, come on through, man. Come on through. You guys are more than welcome. Share your thoughts with us. Geek Driven. I'm always confused and disappointed with Al. This is an everyday thing. This is an everyday thing, unfortunately. But yeah,
Wolverine's origin story or Sergio's? Origin or origins? Because one's just Wuthering Heights repurposed. Say true.
I don't get the reference. Sorry.
There's two Wolverine origins. There's Origin and Origins. One of them is literally Wuthering Heights just repurposed as his origin story.
I don't know anything about that, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Too deep a cut.
Yeah, I don't read comics.
Oh no,
there's the link.
Wuthering Heights is a classic literature novel. Okay. No, it's all good. It's all good. Okay.
Yeah. Shit.
You go to the library though. You should check it out.
I've been going to the library.
I know, so check it out.
When I see my next read?
Yeah.
Here. The Deadlands by Benjamin Percy. Tis good. I just read his Darknet, which I enjoyed it so much that I said, let me check out his other stuff. So this is pretty cool. It's basically a reimagining of Lewis and Clark, your American, what is it, like a folk tale or whatever.
Oh, I think the sequel is The Living Heir.
This one's got a sequel.
Yeah, it's called The Living Heir.
Oh, really?
No, it's just the opposite of the title.
Oh God, bro. So yeah, that's my library book. Okay, man. Alrighty. I feel like I heard somebody come through. Oh, look at that! Let's bring mine in. It's Tank.
Oh, hey.
What's going on, my man?
What's up, man? I was just I saw the link. I'm like, I'll wait till you guys get ready to talk about Wakanda Forever.
Hey, we're hyped, man. We're gonna do this. How you doing, my man? Hey, for everybody who's watching, let them know who you are, your Spoiler Kings podcast, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, sure. So my name's St. Kramer. I'm part of like a 4 people channel, Spoiler King. So we just talk about movies, TV shows, and stuff like that. Kind of like whatever's trending, in the movie comic book world and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty fun. Right now, everyone's talking about Wakanda Forever. We just did like 2 shows. We're probably gonna do another show talking about Wakanda Forever again, just because there's just so much. There's legit a lot to talk about.
There's a lot to cover. There's a lot to cover. For sure.
There's a lot, and there's a lot of emotions for everybody. So it's one of those things that it's going to be around for at least this week for our channel. But we're going to get into some other stuff. We just did an interview with the vampire. I think you were in there in the chat with that. So
yes,
that was a good conversation.
Man, so Cookie Monster and you guys, have been talking, real good about interview with the vampire. And I said as much as on the timeline is I avoided it at first, because I honestly thought it was like a CW-ish, corny kind of like, cheesy. It didn't appeal to me. But I said, you know what? Let me give at least the first episode a shot. Let me see what it's about, because I'm hearing, good things about it from people whose opinions I respect.
Yeah, it's legit.
It really is, man.
It is, man.
Tank, when I tell you, like, I was like so pleasantly surprised and like really impressed, and to be honest, like blown away. I said, wow, this is good TV. I did not expect that, man. I wish I had like read it or watched it as they were coming out to be a part of the discourse with you and everybody else. But definitely for those who haven't checked it out already, man, like it really is good, folks, man. And Elle can attest to this. I'm a pretty harsh, critique, I don't really mince things. If it was like doo-doo, I would say it's like doo-doo. But it's good, folks. It's really good, man. Yeah. Entertaining. I think I watched the first 5 episodes.
Oh, okay. So you got to the good stuff already then.
Yeah.
Because episode 4 is like when it kicks it up to another level, and then 5, 6, and 7 are just mind blowing. It was so good.
It's funny, and this is the great thing about talking to other people. For me, probably episode 4 was probably the weakest one for me.
Oh, really?
The dynamic with Claudia, that was the one where she first came in, yeah?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Oh, I didn't realize we were doing a spoiler review.
I know, right?
Of this too, and I said I was watching it once it was all over.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
So I just muted you in my microphone. So if you want to keep talking, just give me the thumbs up when you're done.
Okay. No, I won't get into spoilers.
We are gonna on our channel. We did the last of it, so all the season's out. It's only 7 episodes. It's all out. So what we're gonna do though in this upcoming week is for interview with the vampire is compare the movie characters with the TV characters, because they're very different. And if you like the movie, I don't know how people feel about the show if you're really in love with the movie, but we're gonna break down the Claudias, the Lestats, all that.
Hey, I'm there for that. And if you want to send a homie an invite, I'd love to be a part of that, man.
Yeah. Just finish it up. I mean, we'll probably do it Thursday. We'll do a comparison video. Because we've been doing that with other stuff too, like Bel Air. When Bel Air came out, we loved it. We did a comparison video of
Bel Air was so good.
And
I was trying to get people to watch it, and everybody was like, they're real hesitant. I was like, it was solid.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's its own thing, and that's what I liked about it. But we compared the Fresh Prince characters with the Bel Air characters, and how they're different and stuff like that. But Bel Air is good. It's really good.
I know the actor who played Carlton had to go on Twitter and be like, can you guys stop sending me death threats? And I'm like, you're awful. Carlton is such a I wanted to punch. I never want to punch somebody so bad on TV.
Yeah, he's like he played that asshole dick kind of character really well.
And I can say he's a coon. He's a straight up coon on the show. And I was like, oh my
yeah.
It's okay.
It's very different from Fresh Prince, but it's different in a good way, man. It makes its own path, and it's really good. Check that one out for sure. Season 2 is gonna drop, I think, in February.
Hey, Al, because you're grayscale.
I am black, guys.
Let's
Guys,
get
I'm
some
black.
context behind your comments for those folks.
I'm black.
Please. Oh, I think it's needed in this case. If
I
you
am
would.
African American.
Thank you.
But you're welcome. Sorry.
No, I appreciate that. Folks, despite her grayscale profile pic, Al is of the darker persuasion. She is African American. Yes. Yeah. So,
okay.
Thank you. I'm not trying to get we're like our timeline's about to be flooded with. She said what?
What?
She said what? Jeez, a little bit of context there for the randos watching us. I mean,
I feel like all the regulars know.
The regulars know. Okay. Cookie saying, I definitely got CW vibes from the trailers, but it's so much better. And Cookie, we're right here. Yeah, episode so far 4 for me.
You are right at the forehead.
Is my least favorite. You know what it was, Tank? I'll tell you. I really enjoyed the dynamic in the first place. Yeah, she just might be. I really enjoyed the dynamic between the two main guys. Who was it?
Louis Lestat.
Louis Lestat. Okay. Yeah. So they introduced Claudia. The dynamic of it, which is fine, but I think it was her performance as that. Something about her performance just didn't. I wasn't fully.
Didn't hit you. Really?
Yeah, but once she kind of got over those like childish, really kind of behaviors in episode 5, I thought 5 was a lot better than 4. But 4 was still good. I mean, it was still cool. But curious to see how 6 and 7 wrap things up, man. I'm a little disappointed. It's only 7 episodes, eh?
I know. I was a little upset. I wonder if they was like testing the waters and seeing how it's going to be, because this killed it on AMC. I think it was like number 1 or something like that. We'll see how it is against was that Walking Dead's finale. But right now, it looks like the Anne Rice's universe. I think they're calling it the Immortal Universe. It looks like it's going to take over the channel. Like, we're getting Mayfair Witches, which is another Anne Rice thing. More interview we're getting for sure. So
is it all going to be interconnected?
I'm not sure. I haven't read the books like that. So I'm not sure how interconnected yet, but they've taken liberties with the show. So I don't see why not. If they can always do something like that, like mix stuff together.
Yeah.
So I'll be cool with it.
So folks, if you haven't watched it, man, definitely check it out. Some powerful commentary. You got a black gay vampire in the South in like the 1800s. So you can only.
So that's historical, though. That's like regular.
What do you mean? I don't get a joke.
No, it's okay.
A joke there?
Yeah, it's a little jokey joke.
Yeah.
Little Atlanta joke,
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. That's a regular going on happenings on in the. Okay, I got you, man. Yeah, you gotta.
It's on AMC or AMC Plus. I think you can, because I have AMC Plus, because I kept telling myself I was gonna watch all of The Walking Dead, and I kept saying I was gonna watch all of the different versions of it, and then I never did. And then I saw Interview with the Vampire was coming on. I said, "Oh, now I'm gonna keep it because I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch this." And then I said, "I'll wait until it's over, and then I'll just because I feel like I have like my attention span is not that great. So like I think there's only like 2 or 3 shows I watch week to week. Yeah. And most of them are Law and Orders. But like for a series like this, I like to just do it in one go, like one weekend.
Yeah. I mean, and they're all like an hour long, not like 40 minutes. They're all long episodes, but
solid. Like
watching them all together is probably the way to go, though. Watching all 7 back to back, like just give up a Saturday night and just go in. That's the way to do it.
So good, man. Yeah. So shout out to you guys at the Spoiler Kings and Cookie Real Talk for putting me onto that, man. So glad. I'm looking forward to 6 and 7. Yo, we got Juanito JP. Yo, what's going on, baby? How you doing, man?
Good.
Oh. Yo, I love it this morning, man.
Hey, man, it's Sunday. It's Sunday. You'll have to. No, I'm like this all the time. I don't care. Even when I go out, it's always on mess because it's humid. So I might as well just leave it like that.
I dig it, Juanito. Hey man, thanks for coming through. Yes, folks. So let's get into a little bit of Black Panther talk, man. Here we go. House of Nerd News Network, baby. I need to get the date right. Yes, sir. Wakanda Forever opened up last weekend, so we're well over a week and a half that it's been out. So, full warning, folks, this will be a spoiler discussion. If you haven't checked out Wakanda Forever yet and don't want to be spoiled, maybe skip this part and then come back a little later. Or just mute us and enjoy the beautiful view that JP and Elle and Tank are providing, man. Look at that thing. Look at these guys. But yes. You know what? Let's open up. Let's open up with our panel. Tank, JP, have you guys seen Black Panther and what did you guys think of it?
You want to go first, JP?
Yeah, I saw it that day. Whenever I tweeted the Creed poster, that's when I went to see it because I forgot that I went to go see it. Honestly, I had to think for a minute. I was like, "Did I go see it?" I was like, "Yes, I did." I was just too happy that day, and I went to go see it. And it's 3 hours. I didn't notice it was 3 hours. It went by fast for me, though. For lots of people, it said it was too long, but for me, it went by fast. I loved it, except for the the whole Goku thing. I did not like the whole thing. I was like, come on. No one in Marvel said, hey guys, that looks like Goku doing the Kamehameha. No one said that. But I was like, okay, you know what? So cool. We'll get that. As Mexicans, we get that, I guess. But I loved it. I liked it. I cried in the beginning. The first 5 minutes, I was like, oh my God, already. People were crying beside me. Everybody, I was like, I felt it. I cried in the beginning. But yes, it was a whole love letter to the old Black Panther, which I miss a lot as well. But I loved it, though. Yeah.
You cried. And listen, I don't have any problem fully admitting Wakanda Forever had me teary-eyed like a little biatch within like the first 3 minutes of the film. I was, at least twice it had me teary-eyed. Man, emotional, powerful, great stuff. Tank, what are your thoughts on Wakanda Forever, man?
Oh man, mine's a little bit more opposite. It was a good movie. I thought it for what it was, but it had a lot of issues for me with it. Some of the storytelling, because the whole story revolved around T'Challa's death and them in dealing with it. And I felt like they made decisions from their emotions. And I was like, I get why you did this because your hands are tied, but I don't know. I expected to cry, because I love Chadwick and I loved a lot of the stuff he was in.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get out of being upset. I was like, why are you killing this man? Why are you killing the character that this guy fought tooth and nail? I mean, he fought Ryan Coogler, he fought Nate Moore, he fought Kevin Feige for different things he wanted T'Challa and Black Panther to be in the first one. And now you just get rid of it. And I thought that was kind of silly, but there are parts I love. Namor was amazing. I loved the retcon of it. His retcon was amazing. Like his little hand gesture thing. Yeah. I do get it. I was like, that's nowhere as near as like the Wakanda Forever kind of thing. Like that's awesome. No one's gonna be doing that. No one's gonna be doing that. I'm sorry.
We all started laughing in the theater. I was like, okay, everybody feels the same way. We all started crackling up, like, seriously. I was like,
They're trying to make it though. Like all of them on the red carpet and interviews, they're all doing it. And I was like, it doesn't hit the same as like the Wakanda heart cross. But I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to have their own symbol gesture kind of thing, but it wasn't hitting for me. But besides that, Namor was amazing. His whole even the not more was cool. I was like, you took his name and just made it like with a Spanish meaning. I was like, that's awesome. But
that was beautiful. That was such an amazing touch. The origin of his name. I'm not. I'm only vaguely familiar with the comics. that was not pulled from the comics. That was something done just for the film. Is that right?
Oh,
I think so. I think so.
I believe so. I mean,
this is a complete change. I think so we already did a spoiler review last week with it, and the one thing I was like, this isn't Namor. This is not more. You know, it's like there's a different, like
with
everything
with
about
Amor in there,
Yeah,
with Amor. Ooh, all right.
Yeah, so I was like, it's a completely different character with like, I don't know, with the little accent on the different letter in the name, but besides that, but there's issues I had. Ramonda was Angela Bassett was amazing. Ramonda, I had some issues with Ramonda. Angela Bassett
performance was
insane.
Like insane. Like I'm not one. To be honest, a lot of times I'll roll eyes when someone says, give her like an Oscar nomination for like, comic book films and stuff. But like, I feel like Angela Bassett, this could be like, hey, listen, man, worthy of like an Oscar nomination. It was so good, powerful. I mean, listen, she's a legend. She acts her ass off in this, but there was a couple of those scenes. That one with what's the general's name? Of Wakanda?
Okoye. Yeah.
Ooh, man. If that didn't move you, forget it, bro. I went to go watch it with this movie with my kids, with my two boys, and all three of us were just like blown away. Just kind of give each other looks at the end of the film. So Angela Bassett did her thing, but like I said, for me, pleasantly surprised that Tenoch really stole the show as Namor in this one, man. I love this portrayal of the character, man. He was like, this ruthless kind of, just doing what he needed to do for his people, man.
Yeah.
I thought the wings were going to be stupid. Like seeing him in the trailer, I was like, oh, that's so stupid. And then seeing him use them for the first time, I'm sold. I'm like, that was so cool. Like it worked. It worked so well. Yeah. From the trailer, I'm like, it's going to be stupid. It's going to be so stupid. And it worked. They did a pretty good job with that one.
We're gonna touch on the whole like the recasting of the T'Challa, because that is important, and it's part of the discourse right now. But I wanted to give a shout out to Ryan Coogler and all the people attached, all the creators attached to this film, because what they managed to do for Latino representation, you would think it's a struggle in Latino media to have a really brown indigenous person at the forefront. He's made comments, and this is something I've noticed since I was little. You go on like Latin American TV, and they're all the newscasters, the actors on the telenovelas and everything. They're white, man. They're white. So Coogler and these black creatives, they managed to do in large part what our own Latino, media has not really been able to do at this level, anyways. Which is put, a brown Latino, an indigenous Latino, at the head of a big movie like this. So shout out to all of those guys, man.
Shout out to Marklin and Brian for equaling the playing field here.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me just get myself a little bit more professional right here. There we go.
What's going now? We
gotta get that going.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I'll agree with you guys. That was a little corny. I see what they were trying to do. They were trying to give the Latinos their own thing, but it didn't. Yeah. But that's such a minor criticism. But yeah, shout out Markel and shout out Brian for coming through, man. I just shared a couple of my thoughts on Tenoch Huerta's amazing performance to me. really stole the show on this one. What are your guys' thoughts on Wakanda Forever? Did it succeed in what it needed to do? Was it better than the first one? Not as good? Like, hit us with that real stuff, man.
You want to go first? Because
I mean, I'll go. I keep mine short.
Marquise, you go first because you seem like you're in the car, so I think you might have to go soon. So let's go with you.
Yeah, I am in the car. I pulled over though. I haven't got my destination. I'm just in the car waiting. Hello. I was hitting the red light, but overall, I like the movie. I'm not sure if it's better than the first one because it's different from the first one. The first one is, very Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther focused. The second one, he's not there, and we had to kind of get around that. Mm-hmm. I am still in the recast T'Challa movement. I'm still going to sign every petition for that because I think it's important. Mm-hmm. Overall, I did enjoy it, though. I mean, I did enjoy it. I was surprised because I went into it as cold as possible. I was kind of like you, Sergio. If anybody's talking about it, I'm not trying to. I'm not looking at their stuff. I'm blocking. So I went in cold completely.
All right.
So when the movie started, and we get into spoiler stuff now, when the movie starts with T'Challa dying, that surprised me. I'm like, okay, y'all just gonna go head on into this. What else surprised me? Namor, as we put in it, calling himself a mutant. That surprised me.
That was cool. That was a nice touch. Yeah.
Yeah. Angela Bassett's Ramonda, she was great. And the fact that they killed her, that surprised me. I was like,
oh yeah.
I didn't see that coming. Yeah.
That's a bad surprise for me.
Yeah. What's the problem? Contessa, Julia Louis-Dreyfus character showing up in this movie, that surprised me. I didn't expect her to show up. Mm-hmm. But I said they weaving that thread from her showing Black Widow and Falcon and Winter Soldier and whatever else she's shown up in. I said they weaving her into the MCU. Because I completely didn't expect her to be in this movie. Yep. And to be Ross's ex-wife, that surprised me as well.
That was I did not see that coming. Yeah,
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what else. I got two more surprises. I think the fact that Killmonger was showed up here, that surprised me.
Oh, yeah, that
surprised me.
Yeah, that surprised me because now it's like the teenager, she's upset. So I was like, oh my God, a little bit of Killmonger is in her. So I was like, oh, Teenage Rebellion coming right over here.
Yeah. And I think the last surprise for me was Lil T'Challa showing up. That he had the kid, and then I was like, okay, this is how they're gonna recast him. Because my guess is that Kang is gonna pull Lil T'Challa into the future, or pull him from the future, bring him to the past, or some variant of him is gonna show up, and that's how we get our new T'Challa.
So I saw the post-trailer scene a couple days before it premiered, and I said this is the corniest shit I've ever seen, and that's just my opinion. But I fucking hate this storyline. No, thank you. Any interest I had in the
process again to that, though.
But any interest I had in going to see the movie, I said I could wait. If this is the end result, I could wait.
I mean, but either way, we get a T'Challa back. We just got to figure who it's going to be. Is it going to be Denzel Washington's son? Is it going to be? I said Aldous Hodge, but now he's Hawkman.
Aldous Hodge would be amazing.
I said this is corny.
The dude that played Mike Tyson in Hulu, he would be a good T'Challa as well. I can think what his name is. Trevante Rose, I think is his name. Mm-hmm. He would be good, so they got plenty of people to pick from.
You weren't feeling the way. Okay, folks. So the big spoiler, the biggest thing I think to come out of Wakanda Forever was, T'Challa's got a son. They introduced him in the mid credits end scene, so he's got a son out there, which is, for me, honestly, I thought that was such a powerful scene. Me and my boys, we all teared up, man. I loved it. I thought it was great. Aside from specifically the whole recast T'Challa discourse, I thought, how he was introduced and the reason for him being kept secret or hidden. I bought it, to be honest.
That was what I bought the least, because as a proud black man and you're this proud black leader, that black boy should have been lifted up, not hidden.
There's so many problems.
It also contradicts what he learned in the first one. He got mad. He died and went to go meet his dead dad to bitch him out for hiding his cousin.
And then turn around and do the same thing for your son.
Exactly. For what? The 6 months he got to meet his son before he got killed again? It was like from being re-blipped to dying. It was like you got no time to spend with your son, and you make this life-altering decision for him.
And where did they raise him? In like Jamaica? Where did they raise him?
Haiti.
In Haiti. Okay.
Oh, you gotta say it right. Haiti.
They said, let me find a country. I said, get out of here. You would take him out of Wakanda to raise him in Haiti? Given the conflict there, that's so silly. Silly.
Yeah.
She was doing missionary work there, Elle. You know, you got to see the movie. I mean, do I agree with it? No, but I understand how they set it up.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So Byron, I take. So what are your thoughts on Wakanda Forever? What did you think of the movie? Yeah,
I'm probably the harshest critic. I actually saw the movie twice.
Okay,
I wanted to make sure my feelings were justified. Because, well, first, I love Black Panther. I think he is the greatest Black superhero ever. I mean, he's noble. He's a king. He's for his people. But he does all the right things. And in a world where being a Black man is not always seen as being that powerful of a character, and of being that Black Panther, T'Challa is the best one. He's been around for 60-something years. There's 267 comics dedicated to T'Challa. And he's had less than 2 hours of film time.
64 minutes. I figured it out.
So that just didn't make sense to me. We have this character, as I said, the representation from the first movie was a movement for a lot of Black people. It was huge. And it wasn't just Chadwick Boseman, because Chadwick Boseman has been great in a lot of movies. He was James Brown. He was Thurgood Marshall. He was I'm blanking on all the. I mean, he was
Jackie Robinson in 42.
Exactly, 42. He's done a great job. He's an actor. T'Challa is a character that needs to be saved and been brought along. We don't kill Superman because someone dies or gets hurt. Right. So this is the one Black Superman. This is what he is. That's how epic he is and all the stuff. And the fact that we did not give him the proper respects, I did not like it. I didn't understand it. Shuri was Black Panther for 4 comics. How are you going to build a world off of that? The fact that I feel like this movie was not made for me. This movie was made for everyone else. It was a love story to Chadwick. That's what it was. It was a love story to Chadwick. It was for his castmates. It was for everyone who loved him and that couldn't do a movie with another person being the Black Panther. Totally understand it. Then take your time. You don't have to rush out another movie. Take your time, recast it, because this is one of the biggest, strongest characters. There's not another Black character you could put up. They're trying to give us Wonder Man, who's an ex-prisoner. Like, why are you always trying to give us these people that have these moral problems when we have a morally perfect one, and you only give them one movie? You give, as I said, 64 minutes. It didn't make sense to me. And then the storyline, the more you really start thinking about the storyline, the less it makes sense. You know, when you really start looking at the problems that are happening, you're like, why is this? Well, so when did Ramonda know that about little TJ? When she went to Haiti and TJ said, hey, you want to look for the head mistress? She didn't know that was her grandson. Like, that didn't make any sense. I mean, the fact that she knew she was going to tell Shuri on the beach. So she knew beforehand. So why the hell didn't she say, oh, that's my grandson, say hi to him? Like, it just logically didn't make a lot of sense. What T'Challa making that decision doesn't make any sense. It's what Tank said earlier. I had a lot of little problems. Even going to the ancestral plane and the fact that you didn't go to where the tree is, the tree of life where all the Black Panthers go. That never happens. You always go to that point in the ancestral plane. So,
but I think the whole thing behind that specific scene was the fact where Shuri was at, you know, mentally. She was in a state of vengeance and anger and grief, and that's why she saw and she went to Killmonger rather than, you know.
He was a Black Panther, so he still should have been in that tree because he's part of that tree of life. That tree connects you to each one of your ancestors. And
I think
here's the other
Killmonger
problem.
didn't see him in the first one though, right? Because Killmonger went to the
you're right. He went to his old apartment where his father was.
Yeah, he went to he saw his father.
Yeah,
that's what he saw.
So you know, I know the big discourse is recast or not recast. For me, I didn't have a stake in either camp. You know, I just wanted to see a dope movie. You know, I think they accomplished that. But in terms of like after seeing Black Panther, for me, I think, to be honest, it would have been too soon to recast and put someone in that role. I think they did right by the storyline, by the actor. You know, they paid, you know, tribute, and they're opening up. This is the MCU. This is a world. You know, it's multiversal, right? And Black Panther, 100%. You need to have that character like the Black Panther in the MCU because of his importance, right? Because of the character, the history, and what it means to so many people. The opportunity is there. I'm sure that they're going to have a Black Panther, whether now it's Junior, right, or from a different, you know, dimension or something, you know. But for me, I think it would have been, after seeing this film, I think it would have been weird. It would have been a little jarring to see someone else in that role.
It would because it's so soon.
Yeah,
it's less than 2 years. But you didn't have to rush this.
Yeah,
you didn't have to kill him.
I mean, he's the most. First of all, we've killed him 3 times in the MCU, which is crazy. There's one character we've now killed 3 times. All right. So why would you, a character that's that important, why would you continue to do that? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. The same way that they killed T'Challa, you could have easily been like, oh shit, he had to go to space because there's these giant things that destroy worlds and he's helping out, blah, blah, blah. Easy. That would have been just as good as somehow he died. It was like, really? I mean,
you know,
like,
if
that's the reason.
That's another problematic issue though in the industry is trauma porn when it comes to Black films.
Yes.
And if this is not one of the greatest examples with the biggest budget of that, then I mean, I don't know what else is.
I mean, but I completely agree, because that's why I was surprised by it. They started moving out of this death, because I thought, okay, I thought they were going to we're going to send him into space and it could tie into the intergalactic empire of Wakanda, which we've seen in the comics books.
Yes,
I was like, that'd be a perfect way.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been gone so long, and he comes back, he just looks, oh, you look different. You know, they could have played, oh, you look different, T'Challa. Well, I've been in space all this time. That's why.
Marklin, I have to say that's one of the nerdiest sentences I've ever heard in my whole life.
Well, I'm on the House of Nerds show.
You said that.
Hey, this is what we do here. This is what we do here,
Wakanda
baby. Yeah.
The intergalactic empire of Wakanda. For those y'all reading, y'all know it's a thing.
But hearing it out loud is a lot different than reading
it. Like, I finally get to put that in a sentence.
I think that was Ta-Nehisi's Coat's best part of his run on Black Panther, the intergalactic empire of Wakanda. And it's shown up again in like X-Men Red and S.H.I.E.L.D. And Sword. You know, they're like intergalactic empire. You know, they that's a real thing now that constantly shows up now.
Yeah. Yeah, and it would tie perfectly because they're getting into that cosmic kind of stuff. So like you do that, and then you can you don't have to then everyone's happy. You know, like, hey, it's too early to see somebody else in that suit. Cool. You know, save it for later. Instead, you give us to Charlie, and now we gotta deal with that, you know, and I feel like that's causing more issues. Like, is he gonna care about Wakanda by not living it, or is Wakanda gonna care about him? Right. You know, it's like you're just gonna say, oh, look, he's his son. Like, but he hasn't been part of our community. Who is he? You know what I mean? Because they did that with Killmonger. Like, who are you? Yeah, you got the blood, but you're not one of us.
Exactly. Yeah. And the problem is you're still kicking the can down the road. So in their beliefs, in you know, they believe that you never really die. You just go to the ancestral plane. Correct? It's another plane of existence. So if little T'Challa, little TJ becomes king, he send him to the ancestral plane, and he goes to see his father. He still have to recast T'Challa. Yeah. You still have to have someone.
He's gonna see.
They're gonna use a hologram. It's gonna be a hologram. Eventually, Chadwick Boseman has to sign off on the hologram.
People will lose their damn minds if you use a hologram of Chadwick Boseman for your own money, for your own terrible. Like, it makes no sense to take someone's pain and put it in again, and we're gonna use a hologram of you. And I might blur it down.
But you know what they'll just do? They'll just say with the blessings of the Boseman family.
Well, I was gonna say like
which we know he's not gonna happen because his brother said no, you should recast T'Challa. He's just an actor. That's what T'Challa said. Hey, I'm a character. These are characters. Keep the T'Challa. That's what Chad says. He says keep the character going. I'm just an actor. Yeah. He said it in his own words. Like this is
the role, not the actor.
I mean, I agree with y'all, but the money is different now. And I talked to my cousin, you know, who's a casual comic reader. He said for instance, every black female he talked to, he said, well, I don't care about this. People like it. I don't agree with it, but people like it. And I think, you know, I agree with everything y'all saying, but people like it. And now they got the money off of it. And I'm like, oh, what's going to happen next? Are we going to see a T'Challa recast sooner or later now? I'm wondering about that now, too.
Secret Wars, you need to have T'Challa. He's a main character in that. Like, you're going to need him eventually. Yeah. Like, this is important.
I think there's no way that there's not. I mean, there should be a Black Panther in the MCU. How he's brought in again obviously remains to be seen. But I think the film Wakanda Forever, it worked for what it did. You know, I think it's a tough line to kind of, you know, you don't want it to be like a tribute music video or you know, like kind of just really playing off of that, you know, people's emotions, right? I think it balanced that line pretty good, and at the end of the day, it was like a spectacularly made film. You know, just from a filmmaking standpoint, I thought it was really great, man. The CGI was dope, and then again, you know, Namor, man, honestly, like, might be a little bit biased, but Instantaneous became one of my favorite MCU characters that they've brought in, like, easily.
You are 100% right. He not just that, he stole every scene that he was in.
Thank you.
He is really the main character, not Shuri. But in my opinion, Shuri wasn't strong enough character to carry the movie.
You know what? That's a fair observation. You know, I've heard that. You know, I don't know if they necessarily mean as a critique or not, or criticism that, you know, Shuri wasn't the lead, or she's not a lead character. You know what? And I think it's fair to say that maybe not necessarily a lead character, but the actress, Letitia, first of all, she held it down. She held her own. Her performance was good. But this was for me, Wakanda Forever was very much an ensemble piece. You know, all the pieces came together. You know, you had Bassett, you had Tenoch, you had you know, Letitia Wright, everyone else, man.
I thought Winston Duke from M'Baku. M'Baku was super strong. He was a stronger character than Shuri was, and that's why I kind of was like, Winston Duke was stronger of a character, even with Letitia. Like, it's just no matter what, his presence was more felt, and I actually think it was unfair to like put Riri Williams in there right at the time, because she is a very strong character too. She's probably the smartest person to ever be in the MCU. And she just was a side character. So why are you taking this main character and putting her as a side character? I didn't understand that.
But with Riri, I like that. But you know what I liked about this movie is that Riri and Shuri got along in this movie versus in the comic books. They don't always get along.
They won't always get along too, because Riri's going to make another suit, and she's going to use vibranium, and Shuri's going to be upset.
I forgot Riri was in there.
It's her design.
Yeah. So you guys, I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one. I mean, you guys hoping to see a solo Namor film?
Man, they about to do 3 movies on Namor.
He's going to be part of a lot of different films. I don't know if he's going to get a solo film, but he's going to be in the Fantastic Four, because I mean, he and Dr. Doom are big partners. He's going to be in everything going forward. Every Wakanda movie is going to have him there.
I can see Thunderbolts. I could see him in Thunderbolts playing a part of it, because it seems like the Thunderbolts is going to want
Wakanda.
They want vibranium. Yeah,
I can't see him in a standalone film. Yeah,
I still see.
What you say, buddy?
I can't see him in a standalone film. Like,
really?
Not yet. Like, honestly, I can't. No, I feel like he plays out better as he is now, but standalone video, I can't.
But I mean, let's think about Namor. Namor is the dude that, like, he shows up and he may not win the fight, but you're gonna know Namor laid hands on you in that fight. You're gonna know he hit you a couple times.
Right?
Oh my God! Nah, Namor was super dope, man. First of all, he's a straight up G, like a ruthless vato, man. Like I loved his characterization. You know,
he's not a hero, guys.
Of a whole
he's not a hero.
People. Eh?
He's not. Namor in the comics is not a hero.
He
is almost straight villain. Like he's almost
he's an anti-hero antagonist. I mean, think about he started out as what a villain.
He's an antagonist. Like
very much an antagonist. That's the word.
He's only about his people. He's like, I'll burn the whole world, but my people will be good. That's not necessarily the best thing. That's not necessarily the one you want as your hero trying to save the world.
Which is why he and T'Challa are such opposites. Because in the comic, him and T'Challa coming to blows all the time.
Exactly. They fight all the time.
Namor's closer to Killmonger, I think, than he is to someone like T'Challa. But I mean, where do you guys see the character going? The relationship with Wakanda, the relationship with Shuri, because there's already a lot of speculation. People are saying, oh, maybe Shuri and Namor are gonna be a thing, or
Shuri's gonna become a goddess. Shuri's gonna become a goddess, and she's not gonna be the Black Panther soon. But
I'm gonna need the Sue Storm storyline for him.
So you want to encourage infidelity, Elle? I thought you don't like infidelity storylines.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Because Namor has, he has smashed Sue Storm somewhere along the line. You know that.
One timeline they were married and all that stuff, but for me, the lead up to it, I'm into it. I'm into, especially with how Tenoch looks.
Yes.
In real life, I'm into it because comic book Namor is not necessarily attractive, but real life Tenoch.
Well, comic book Namor got that swagger. That's how he pulled chicks. I'm the king of Atlantis.
If you have a moment, can you pull
Daddy
up
Fish.
images from Namor?
Pull up a who?
A few images of Namor. And
have you guys seen those pictures of Tenoch? Those ones, the cell phone ones?
Not trying to see him either.
Which ones am I showing?
Whatever you want to share.
Don't show CGI mistakes. Don't show that.
Which ones?
You see Namor's
he had some nudes leaked a few years ago.
Namor's. You see all Namor.
That's the first thing I googled when I found he was casted. I said, let me see what he talking about.
They recasted that.
This conversation has been left.
Exactly.
Oh man.
You want me to bring up the actor or the
both? Al, whatever you want to do. I'm giving you an opportunity here to.
I'll just
pull up whatever, man.
So much stuff has happened in a week.
Definitely, it's a rewatch in the theaters for me, man. I'm gonna try to watch it in IMAX. I watched it in 3D the first time.
Yeah, I did too.
But I'm trying to. It was an accident. I didn't mean to buy the 3D tickets, but I realized I said, oh shit. So, but it was cool, man. Then we got a little Tenoch Huerta, man. And like I said,
my hair looks whenever it's in the water.
That's how like most guys want to come out and just brush your hair back. Yeah.
But this is a big thing. This is a big movement for Latinos, especially Latinos of indigenous descent.
It sure was a big.
The torture shack.
That's awesome.
You chose the one pick with the guy in the front. Come on now. Come on. You're better than me. Get out of here, y'all. But it's big time, man. It's good to see. Like I said at the top of the discussion,
I agree with you on that. I think it is good. I mean, I think it's good. Marvel has really hit diversity out the box. I mean, between Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Shang-Chi, they have put diverse superheroes on the big screen in a way we had never seen before. and they deserve all the credit for that.
I just want to see their storylines go all the way through. You need to understand more about Namor, like understand how strong he's. 400 years old, guys. You understand? He's centuries old
with the circle around it.
Forever.
Yeah, that one.
And it's what the Mayans and the yeah, they recasted that. Man, I'm sorry, they recasted that.
You're wrong for that. You know you're wrong for circling that.
I didn't circle it. It was already circled.
It's been all over Twitter.
Yeah, they're like, bring his penis back.
The family show. No, but it's it's great, and honestly, like, listen, it's a great story about fuck colonialism, and you got the Latinos. And you got, African Americans, just coming together, and it's like,
Okay.
Definitely, I like anti-colonist vibes.
Yeah.
Especially how Ramonda came in, like, y'all think because T'Challa dead, we weak. I love how they did that. Like, no, y'all ain't getting in from us.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was another issue I had with it, was like they were setting that up like, oh, like these colonizers, they messed your culture up, they messed my culture up, let's team up, and then somehow they're fighting each other because
that's why they understand. I didn't like the black
I didn't like that
brown fight. I don't necessarily want that. It's the first time we see a Hispanic character, that they're fighting black people. Why we gotta be fighting right away?
But Mom's like, why are they fighting each other? I don't know. Like,
let's go get them. Why we gotta be the ones fighting? Let's go get them.
Yeah. But this is the second time. The first time we got black on black. This time we got black on brown. It's like. But everyone keeps saying like, oh, the
call down to the problem.
But like, well, I'm more oppressed. No, I'm more oppressed, and that's the issue that happens. But that's the thing they do. Oh, they do that in Hollywood all the time, and it sucks.
And that's fair, but I think it's also reflective of how it is in real life. A lot of the times, to be honest, real talk, black and brown are pitted against each other. From within and outside influences, colonizers be pitting us against each other, So, but at the end of the day, what happens, man? We're coming together because we realize,
And then the next one, fighting Shang-Chi and them.
What's that?
Exactly. We need to team up with Shang-Chi, Namor, and T'Challa. That movie will probably break every box office record.
It's the Secret Wars right there. What are you talking about?
I'm with it. I can't wait for that, man. You know what I mean? But I love this, man.
I hear what you're saying too, but like there's a level of escapism in like fantasy movies and shows, and so for them to just keep telling the same narrative over and over again. And I also heard like a few people talk about like the lack of like strong black men in Black Panther in Wakanda Forever, and just like
get rid of everybody else.
There's just like.
It's just M'Baku.
And it's nothing against Shuri as a character, as a black female character. It's nothing against her. But to have no strong black male characters in Black Panther is wild.
Yep.
But I feel like M'Baku kind of got a bad day because he was more of a wise counselor this movie around. Like, look, can you do this? This don't make sense.
He's the king of Wakanda. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly. That's how it ended.
M'Baku, though. So anyone else that was on the council from the first movie has been moved to the side. It was only black females and M'Baku, and that's all we had.
And M'Baku takes over in the end, essentially. So
I mean, he's going to
see how it turns out.
He'll never be Black Panther either because he doesn't believe in the Panther God.
Yeah. But also, I mean, he got like kind of, I don't want to say demasculinized or whatever. When Shuri came down and he's like, oh, this is not what your mother wants. He goes, F my mom, you do what I say. And he's like, okay. It's like, what? Like, you're just going to give up that fight? Like, this is when your brother wouldn't want this. Your mother wouldn't want this. And she's like, screw them. We're going to war because I want to honor them. But it's like, but you're going against. Like, I felt like there's so much meta in this movie of like Ramonda, like firing 𝐬𝐭𝐸 was like, oh, this is what happens when you make emotion. You're making an emotional reaction. This is what happens. The same thing in this one is like, oh, I don't care what they want. I want to do what I think what they want. I don't know if that made sense, but
no.
But, and that's what Shuri did with
no matter what.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you want to honor them the way they want to be honored. Like, no, I'm going to honor them by going and killing everybody. Like I don't know. That was my problems with it. Was like, did they write themselves in it,
Yeah,
like
they
towards
did.
the fans. You know, like yeah, you know.
But M'Baku said the best line. They call him Kukulkan. I laugh when he said that so much.
That has to be
He's God to them.
When he's just sitting onto the throne with his headdress on, that is the greatest scene I've seen in Marvel in years.
G shit.
That was unbelievable.
G shit, man. It's so dope, man.
Even in the beginning when he's in the air and the lightning is striking, you see his silhouette.
That whole scene. That was like a scary movie scene.
Beautiful.
That was awesome.
Beautiful. You know, I love the opening sequence when the Talokans they're creeping onto the ship in the dark in the Atlantic. It had almost
attacking the colonizers.
What's that?
Yeah.
They're attacking the colonizers.
100%. I love to see it, man. But it just that sequence had almost like
scary
bit
movie.
of a Winter Soldier vibe to it, like, you know, like a thriller espionage type, you know, feel to it. But just from the action to the CGI, this was a whole lot of fun for me, man. And again, you know, myself personally, I got teary-eyed, emotional a couple of times, man. So it hit for me. It hit every beat, every nail on the head. I think to be honest, I would, and this might be a bit of a hot take, I put it above BP1, man, straight up. For me, and I'll tell you why. Specifically,
it hurts us more than it helps us.
The CGI was so glaringly weak at times in Black Panther 1 that it took me out. You know, versus this, they really cleaned it up. You know, the
Not
action,
all of the blacks saying no.
Yeah.
All right, that's
I said I couldn't do it.
The
It's a good movie, but I can't put it above the first one.
I walked down the first one like Wakanda Forever.
Right.
He's coming down my eyes like, yeah, let's go. But when I see one, I was like, what the fuck?
I got this into Charlie. Like, come on.
Ruben's got a question.
Was M'Baku about to fight the end? I don't think M'Baku's gonna fight anybody. I think he's gonna win.
By himself, Fight Club himself.
Everyone was going to basically give honor to just him. There was not going to be anyone to challenge M'Baku, and that was
Shuri.
Shuri decided the Black Panther sends her regards. So
they don't care about being in charge. That's it. She care about making her stuff in her lab. That's it.
I think that's also Marvel writing her, giving her out. You know, because if Letitia doesn't want to come back, they could just have her go away. And she said she's in Haiti. So I mean, that was them giving it out. So if you don't want to listen to us, you want to fight us, then we're just not going to argue with you.
Yeah, I heard there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff going with her. You know, that she didn't want to take the vaccine and some other stuff was going on.
That's like the new threat for our kids now. Like, act up and you're going to Haiti.
Volunteers.
We on this colonist stuff. You know, Haiti is consistently punished for being the only people to put the colonizers out. They're the only people who did it.
Haiti is still paying rent.
They're the only people who put people out and still getting punished for it 400 years later.
That's wild. That's wild. Yeah, man. So overall, where would you guys put? Well, first, where would you rate it as a standalone film on its own, and where would you put it in the Phase 4 installments? We'll only start with Juanito in the top.
Oh man, come on! You know what? It's a great movie. I don't like ranking stuff, so I'm gonna say it's a good movie for me. Okay. I'm not gonna rank it. I don't like doing that. It's too much pressure, man.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Hank, my man, what are you saying, brother?
Oh man, ranking's hard for this one because you have to separate the movie as a critic and the movie as a fan. You know, and as a critic, it did things very well. The story did have plot holes and stuff, but like it looked good and stuff like that. But as a fan and how I felt upset. So a movie like this was like I don't think I ever was so separate on both ends, you know.
Okay.
But like just as a critic and stuff like that, box office wise, it's killing it. Which is
going to make. I told you it's going to make $1 billion. I told you.
It's killing it. But I think it already passed 500,000.
500 million already.
500 million. Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's mid. It's mid. You know, if we're adding in the shows and stuff, I would put it slightly above. But I mean, I liked Miss Marvel's show better than this movie.
Stop it, bro.
I did. You know, because I felt more. I felt more connected. I felt more connected with Kamala Khan than I did with Shuri. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like. all the things, her family issues. I mean, Brown Jovi was awesome. Like that was one of the best jokes in all of Phase 4. Like, and then they actually have them playing. Like, come on, that was awesome. You know, but I felt connected with that family more than I did with this family because I felt like this family was.
They robbed the family dynamic from this whole thing. Shuri is alone. Her father's dead. Her mother's dead. Her brother's dead. Everyone is gone from their royal family. And the strongest country in the world with the the most intelligence, most everything, technology, their entire family's dead. That's what they did to this unbelievable country. That's why I can't say Black Panther 2 is better than Black Panther 1. Yeah. Because it killed everybody.
Everyone.
So where would you put it in the Phase 4 so far, Brian?
It's probably in the upper half still. Because Phase 4 is not necessarily a very good phase.
No.
Just for movies,
I think a lot of people can agree Phase 4 has been super mid.
Yeah. But for movies, Shang-Chi was better, I thought. I enjoyed that way more. But the graphics, the Eternal sucked. No Way Home, obviously, that's its own.
That's great, but it's whatever.
Here.
I think this was better than MOM. This is better than that.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, so as a movie alone, I rate it probably 8 out of 10 because I enjoyed it. Yeah, like I went in cold and I enjoyed it. You know, for this phase, I'm gonna say probably my favorite movie with this phase has been the Spider-Man movie because that's the greatest Spider-Man movie I've probably ever seen. When all 3 people showed up, I'm like, oh, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. The bottom is gonna be Black Widow for this phase for me, movie wise. Black Widow at the bottom.
Is that even
probably Eternals above that? I actually like Multiverse of Madness, but I think I like Thor: Love and Thunder, but I think I'm gonna put this. So Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, and maybe Wakanda Forever, then going into Multiverse of Madness and Thor: Love and Thunder. I think that's how I'm gonna do it.
You guys are hard on this one.
The movie is pretty good. The story is not that great. And when you put it together, I mean, I went to go see it. I want money to be spent on this movie because I believe Black representation is important. And if you see that a movie with Black and brown people is not making money, they're going to stop making movies with Black and brown people. Well, that's just what it is.
So you're not
going to go because I need to go.
Yeah. Okay. So you still want to see it succeed because I know there's some folks on the whole recast side of the argument that they're like, no, like straight up boycott. Like they want it to flop and this and that, which I think is so counterproductive.
Yeah, no, that's not going to help.
I just, you know,
you're not going to get a T'Challa if they get rid of the franchise altogether. You know, then T'Challa's or Black Panther is going to turn into the Hulk. Like we'll put him a little bit here, a little bit over here, and it's going to be a side character rather than a full.
Because he needs to be a centralized
character.
I hear the argument, but just devil's advocate real fast. Is if you keep giving them your money and this is how they represent them, they're going to keep representing them in the same light because this is known, this is how we make our money. Like we know we're going to get a return. And it's the same in like a lot of areas, not to sound like a nerd, but like in video games, like The Sims and stuff, you keep buying the content. It's mid, but you're going to keep buying it because it's there and it's made available, but like you're not getting quality. You're just getting the same, reproduced stuff over and over again, replicated.
Yeah, but
but for this,
I have faith.
Put your money into it, but also be more vocal about what we want to see. And for the movie makers too, Coogler knew this is not what we wanted. Yep. Majority, this is not. He knows that, and I understand, the loyalty to your friend and his family and stuff. But again, at the end of the day, it's a business and entertainment, and you got to separate it at some point. And for me. Just going into this, I was not interested in it because I figured it was going to be a funeral, tribute movie. So for me, I'm like, I could wait to see this at home. I'm not really interested in a theatrical
But I have faith that Coogler knows he got out of his system now. So I'm like, all right, so okay, so now I think Coogler's back on his plan. Like, all right,
with like 90%
Coogler is a T'Challa fan.
I think so. I think that's fair, Martin, because at the end of the day, Coogler was a difficult situation for him as a filmmaker, right? Like your main guy, he's dead. He's gone. Passed away, unfortunately, right? So he did what he needed to, and I think he's one of these filmmakers that, he's moving, film for people of color in a dope direction. Hopefully, someone like the director of Blue Beetle, man. What was his name? Angel Manuel Soto. We'll do something similar. for Blue Beetle, who is actually, a lead Latino superhero character. I think the first one that we're gonna get. So, I mean, it's not an easy position for not only Coogler, for any director, man. And I think, considering
for this though, it's
it's
a Black Panther movie though, so we want a Black superhero lead.
Exactly.
And the fact that we had a Latino breakout, which is fine in the grand scheme of things, but also we wanted Black representation, especially in the male space, and we don't get it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But honestly, in a perfect world, I probably would have boycotted the movie because I believe my voice is heard more by the money, by the dollar, the power of the dollar. Mm-hmm. But I also do know if I did that, they're just probably going to scrap the whole thing. And if everyone just said I don't like it, they'll just scrap the character altogether. And T'Challa is my favorite character of all time. Of all the comic book characters, he's my favorite character. And I couldn't do that because my hope is that eventually they'll get this right. At least I can't be angry that they putting movies out. It's not how I wanted to be if there's no more movies out.
You can't even, but there's no competition, which is another problem too. Because it's not like, oh, we're gonna give our money to this other Black superhero character that they're doing right, because it doesn't exist.
But there's no one to even do. That's the other thing why I was
wouldn't it be Black Adam? Wasn't that the only
which is not really black, like it's blackish.
It's in the name.
I mean, the Rock is half black,
he's not from here. So just
anybody hear about this? Supposedly was originally so we've been saying it was going to focus on T'Challa adapting to being gone for 4 years.
It's exactly what the first script was, and he sent that to Ryan Coogler. I mean, sent that to Chadwick Boseman. They sent the copy of it and all that stuff, and that was what everything was going to go towards, and they changed everything and created a little plot holes. I also hated the fact that they kind of superimposed like other people's stuff into it. Like, there was no need to bring Julia Dreyfus, whatever. There's no need for her to be there. That had nothing to do with the movie. They just kind of threw that in there because they knew that they're going to have stuff coming out later. It was like Kevin Feige came out and was like, "Hey guys, here's like five points I need you to do in this script." It was like the script was made and they just threw something in there.
But it works. It's all connected, though. That's what they said. It's all connected.
Because that's what Kevin Feige cares about. But I want more cared about the Wakanda story.
Yeah.
And that's
I hear you. I think specifically with Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character, that was really just is a connective tissue there to the MCU, because this really it could stand up as like a standalone movie almost. It's probably the least connected MCU film.
I mean, honestly, I look at it. It's more of a Black movie than a comic book movie. That's kind of money. It's a Black movie, and and most people will not see any other MCU movies, but they'll see this. I know plenty of sisters like, I don't watch any of that stuff, but I'll go see Black Panther.
And that's dope. And that's dope.
Yeah. I just don't see kind of like what you're saying. Like, I remember being in the theater in Infinity War. And when T'Challa got dusted, there were people that I knew were in the theater for him. And when he got dusted, I heard people like, "Oh, hell no." Like, people crying, people upset, like all different kinds of emotions. It was like, so you're upset then, but now they're doing it again. You're like, "Oh, but it's okay now." I was like, what? How?
Yeah, because everyone sees T'Challa as Chadwick gets T'Challa. I'm like, no, that's not what I have. I could give you. I have like over 85 comics I can show you that Chadwick's not T'Challa. T'Challa is his own character, guys. I'm telling you, like, he's powerful. He's in all type of storylines. Anytime you bring the Fantastic Four in, you're going to have this powerful storyline. I don't know.
And that's what they're going to 100%. They're going to bring the character back. Then they need to. But I think it would have been too soon. I think they handled it pretty good. But I understand everyone's perspectives, man. Hey, at the end of the day, we need these important, these tentpole characters, right, in a universe. Man. And now we got Namor, the Latinos got beautiful, man, beautiful. Other kiddies get to see those.
And I guess we got TJ.
TJ.
I guess.
Oh man.
That's why, like, you're saying, like, we're gonna get it, but it's like, are they gonna call him like, hey, T'Challa Jr.? Or are they gonna call him what was his name?
T'Challa.
Toussaint.
So like, oh, my name's Toussaint, but yeah.
But let me tell you a secret.
That was a whole nother thing. So she's mourning over her brother, but her brother was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna keep this away from you.
They were the most connected characters out of the first movie. They were T'Challa taught Shuri how to be Shuri. He taught her how to do all the chemistry, all the physics. T'Challa is one of the smartest people in all of the MCU, but they never really.
But you wouldn't know that from the MCU. You know that from the books, but you wouldn't know that from the MCU.
Exactly. But he taught Shuri how to do all these things. He is the one that put the lab together and gave it to her, and she took it to another level. But you never know anything about that because once again, we've only examined a 1% of his storyline, and then now we're going to kill off that one.
Hopefully we get him back at some point. Gentlemen, everybody on the panel, man, thank you guys for coming through and sharing your thoughts, man. This was a whole lot of fun. Man, it's always great to hear, all the different perspectives. And at the end of the day, we're all nerds and we want to see dope shit, right? So
exactly.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a fun time.
See the intergalactic empire of Wakanda. Wakanda. That's what I want to see.
We gotta start the petition, marketing. And
there you go.
We're gonna have you word it, man, because that was dope for sure. We need to see that, man. And straight up, we need like at this point, just not to digress too much, but we need to see more cosmic MCU content, man. Like we're like what 12 years into the MCU or something like that. Like at this point, they've barely touched the tip of the iceberg with the cosmic stuff, man. I feel like they're lacking on that, and hopefully we got a whole lot more of that, man, moving forward, because the cosmic side of the MCU of Marvel is infinite in scope, man. There's so much story to pull from there.
It's bigger in the cosmic sense than even in what you have here.
Do you mind if I ask a question?
Go for it, bro.
Will the casual movie fan enjoy it as much as the comic book fan? Because I think the comic book fan wants that. They want that craziness of the cosmic and stuff like that. But will the casual movie MCU fan this is getting a little too much for me now?
Love Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, doing an Annihilation Wave story, like they introduced Fantastic Four, so the Annihilation Wave coming. I think people will buy into that.
Because they're not going to bring the Fantastic Four to be in the MCU from an origin story. They're going to already be here, so they're going to be as cosmic. They're going to bring a cosmic entity into it. So that's where we're going to get a lot of these more spatial people coming in.
Yep. Jerry, what's going on, gentlemen? Thank you so much for coming through, guys.
Yes.
Tank and Brian, we gotta buckle. We gotta do something. We gotta collab. Some House of Nerds Spoiler Kings content, man.
Oh, for sure, man.
That sounds good to me.
Folks, if you haven't already, go check out their channel, man. Dope stuff. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. See
you, my man. Looking forward to that top 3 video later on, buddy.
I'm gonna finish the stack tonight, man.
JP, gracias, hombre. Thank you for coming.
Later, guys.
Okay, and stick around, folks. We got me, myself, and I. We're gonna get into some comic talk, baby. Take it easy, homie.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I would also just like to point out that as the resident Black Panther Forever talk, that was not my typo. That was Sergio's. And I also want to point out that nobody asked me.
Is there a typo?
Black Panther Forever.
Oh.
and also would like to point out that I was not asked how this movie felt in my ranking.
Well, you haven't watched it, man.
It doesn't matter. I would like to give my ranking.
Oh, I didn't give my ranking either, so that's okay. Me and you.
Oh, I've seen it, I guess, on Twitter. I saw your ranking for it. So
where did I rank it?
You ranked it as number 1 Latino power. That's what you tweeted out. I honestly couldn't even tell you. Have I seen any Phase 4 Marvel movies? I don't know. Eternals, and I liked Eternals, and I know that's controversial.
That's why I can't take. Okay, I'm gonna be nice.
But that's so I would have to put it below.
Okay, he wants the rankings. Here we go.
I'm gonna put it above Winter Soldier, but below Rag. I don't know these movies. I'm gonna be real with you. I watched them. They go in one ear, out the other. But I will say that there was a lot of interesting discourse this week on the more philosophical side of things of the movie, just in general.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some heavier themes, right?
Let's get this banner out of here.
Okay, get out of here. In terms of my ranking, for me, easily the best Phase 4 film, and I'll go so far as to say, for me, it's a top 5 MCU film, easy. Like I said, I haven't watched the first Black Panther in a minute. I have to go back and rewatch it, but like right now, and it's probably maybe a little bit recency bias, I'll put it ahead of BP1, man. I thought this was great. It was so much fun. Yeah.
But when people when one says it's better than BP1, I think that it's kind of a ironic erasure of Chadwick and them doing this whole big tribute movie to him, and then people saying it's better than Chadwick's movie.
No, but I'll tell you why, and I qualified my statement when everybody was on, and I'll say it again if you didn't hear it. For me, the glaring weakness was for BP1 was strictly it was a CGI thing. It was so weak at points that it took me out. And I didn't
I heard what you said.
What?
No, I heard what you said, but I'm just saying inherently it's an ironic statement. Like, it's ironic that, because I've seen a lot of people say that they enjoyed Wakanda Forever more than Black Panther.
And
there's a lot of irony in that this movie was made directly as a tribute to the person who brought the character to life.
But I think Elle, that's looking at the film from an emotional standpoint. You know, we can't separate the fact that from a filmmaking standpoint.
But that was
is it better than BP1 despite our emotions attached?
No, it was a creative choice to write the script with him dying in it. They could have written him off as just not being present.
Yeah.
Right. So they chose to do a funeral. They chose to do this tribute to him. Mm-hmm. So it's the statement itself is ironic to say that this movie was better than the original movie from that standpoint, because it's like, okay, but this movie wouldn't exist unless he died. So it's like there's kind of irony in that this is better without him.
Yeah. Again, I think that's you're kind of twisting it.
No,
we're not saying. I don't think a lot of people are saying it's better without him. We're just people.
No,
are saying
I hear what you're saying, but there's a void of him, right?
Yeah.
But his void is creatively included in the story, is what I'm saying. From a creative standpoint, it is like, I'm not saying that we're happy that he's not in it or nothing. I'm just saying it's ironic inherently to say that the movie that was a tribute to the first one character is better without him in it.
Hey, you gotta watch it, man, and then we do this again.
No, because I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying watch this, and then so you can have
but
like.
It's not. But this isn't a statement about the movie itself. I'm saying as from an overall. I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, folks! Reminder: next Saturday we're going live. I think it's our first ever Saturday live stream. What time is it at? 2? Where's the banner? You're gonna make me look for it. There we go. 2 p.m. Eastern. We're live with best letter in the game, Hassan Otsman Lau, November 26th, Saturday, man. Excited for that. Come through. We're gonna chop it up. Good times, man. Yeah. So, what are we getting into now? A little weekend review action. We are a comic show. We're gonna talk about comics. Yeah. Where's there? Here we go, folks. Weekend review. Let's go. I love it. Never gets old. Weekend review, baby. We're talking about our favorite reads of the week. Elle, ladies first, madame.
Actually, we usually try to go by the order on the banners.
Order in the banners?
Yeah.
I'll give you an opportunity to talk. Obviously
I feel like I've talked enough today.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
You want to go first?
Sure. There we go. My first. Oh, you know what? Before we get into that, I want to show my haul for a second because I got some heaters. Let's bring that down for a sec, if you could, please. What do we got here? We got a little bit of how great is this nice house on the lake? I think this is what number 11, second to last, I believe. Great variant.
Who's the artist?
I don't even know the artist, man, but it's dope. It's dope. Oh, you got Google handy, Elle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Aaron Campbell.
Okay.
Aaron Campbell. How cool is that? I like it. Oh, you're gonna like this. Look at what I got for you. Look what I got for you. Yo, best plug ever. Look at
I know that price tag wrong though.
that. Wrong? No. That's your price, man. Came through. This is the 1 in 25. This is the 1 in 25, and I got you the 1 in 15 as well. All right.
I know that price tag wrong.
This girl wants me to take L's on losses on books for her. Man, I run a business. But yeah, how great is this Jenny Frizen? Beautiful. You can't say, yo, you're a pain in the ass, but yo, I still come through.
Yeah, that's been my phone background since they
I know.
announced
Beautiful,
it
beautiful. Look at this. My God, Frizen. Oh, nice. A cover. Have you been reading Nice House?
I'm probably behind like 2 or 3 issues.
I love these West of Sundown covers, man. Vault, the way that they designed all of their books, man. It's all the little touches, man. Great stuff. And they extended the series. I believe they said it's ongoing now, eh? Revolvers. Spoiler alert. This one will be in my weekend review. In my weekend review. Little Nita Haas action.
Are you caught up on that?
Eh?
Are you current on that?
I'm behind 2 issues. So I think on 8. I didn't read 9 or 10. The new one. And then Specs, baby. This one's been hot, eh? This one's been
Did you
hot.
get the glasses? I know some shops are passing out glasses.
What, 3D glasses? No, what the hell? I didn't know that. I want glasses. Yo, man. Nobody tells me anything.
I haven't heard anybody talk about this issue of Something is Killing the Children. I haven't touched it yet, but I haven't heard nothing about it.
You know what? This latest arc, the one right before that just ended, it was okay. It was okay.
I just, with how big of a fanfare they gave 25, I was like, it just kind of came out.
I love this. I love this cover. Gun hunting has been fun, folks. Yeah. Great cover. Little garbage pail action. This is great. This is a straight up nostalgia buy. I grew up with the cards. Minor Threats, folks, has been one of the best new series of 2022. Please check it out if you haven't. Just good old fashioned comic book. And then this right here is my piece, the Resistance, for the week. Oh shit! Look at that. It's beautiful. It's so pretty. Look at that. It's a hardcover. Thick boy. Got this bad boy. I love it, man. We love Killer here. So excited to crack this bad boy open. Gorgeous, man. Don't often get hardcovers, but had to with this one, man. One of the best ongoing series. Rodney Barnes, Lewis NCT, Jason Sean, Alexander. Ooh, it's sexy. There we go, folks. I'm done playing show and tell. Yeah. What'd you get this week, Elle? What's your haul?
In my
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Folks, Crashing. Oh, I did the banners wrong. Can you fix that? This will be 2 and 3.
Yeah, I know you did, and I didn't fix it because I just wanted you to acknowledge.
Yo, you're so rude. You're so rude. Folks, I caught up on Crashing. Issue 3 dropped this week. Issue number 2 came out last month. So this is a story. You've got a doctor. This book is set in a world full of superheroes, and her husband is trying to introduce like a registration act for supers, right? So we've seen this before. It's familiar story.
Yeah, I had
But-
the first 2 in my weekend reviews prior.
Did you? Yeah, I had number one in my weekend review, my top three. But where how this kind of separates itself from other familiar stories is we're dealing with a doctor who's an addict. She's just sober 7 years, but she's struggling with the addiction, and she's having kind of these. What? My goodness, sir. She's kind of going through this moral struggle where she's now not able to help these supers, but she took an oath. What is it called? The Hippocratic oath. As a doctor, she's just trying to help these superheroes. Despite the law coming into play. So really, I honestly, man, to me, this is probably. Oh, I could say easily one of the best new series that I've read this year. There was a double page splash. Can you go back to that on issue 2? That was really great. A great character development moment where, so this one of the superheroes in her care is like a Robin type character, to like he's a ward of a Batman-esque superhero, but he's also an addict. And they're having this kind of really this conversation where they're calling each other out on their shit, and kind of it delves into these characters in a deep, meaningful way.
I feel like we could do that here at this point.
What do you mean?
Calling each other out on our shit.
Yeah,
Sergio. I promise you, did the same page, same spiel. Sometimes I wish you would read books when they come out so we could have a discussion about them.
Man, I don't know what to tell you. Who put you on to Crashing, though?
www.crashing.com.
Wow. So, you know what I really love about this series, Elle? The art.
Mm-hmm.
The art has this frenetic energy to it.
Mm-hmm.
That you imagine the life of an addict, just crazy, like got the shakes, and the art, the lines to the text bubbles, the fonts that Hassan is using,
Mm-hmm.
It all meshes so well.
But especially in this instance, because he doesn't even know he's an addict, because he's been told he's taking vitamins.
I read that differently. He knows he's an addict. He was trying to hide it from her.
Later on in the story, she confronts the guy about it. He's telling him he's taking pills, but that they're vitamins. He's addicted to a vitamin, that it's a supplement, not giving him his.
You mean his superhero buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to go back, but I read that differently.
He's giving him. She confronts him because that's like the moral dilemma where he's a hero, but the other guy's the villain. But really, this hero is doing villainous things because you're giving a child these pills to enhance their powers, and the kid thinks he's just on vitamin supplements for his powers, not like an actual thing that would give him an addiction.
Okay. See, I read that differently, but okay, I'm gonna go back and reread that. You could be right. I took it as he was just kind of, he didn't want to admit to his addiction at first, but then they kind of realized they're going through a very similar, situation. They're able to relate on that level, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the struggle of addiction. So our main character Rose, the doctor, she finds herself in debt to the big bad in this world, a super villain by the name of Gordian, right? And she's got to like kind of take care of him and kind of nurse him back to health. So we don't know why she's in debt to him, but in issue 3, there's man, listen, there's just some fantastic this issue number 3, one of the best Englishes I read all year.
Not read it yet.
Did you read this one?
Not yet.
You haven't? Oh my god, so good. So issue 2 ends on a cliffhanger. our big bad. He sends goons to, what's her name? Is her name Rose? The doctor? Oh yeah, he sends goons to Rose's crib, right? And so issue 2 ends on a cliffhanger. Number three, it's a cold open. So I love this technique. It's very, very much, something used in episodic television. You got like episode 2 cliffhanger, and then rather than opening up issue 3 directly after, or where episode 2 resumed, they open up with so this is a flashback. So it's a technique used to break up the pace and to really enrichen the payoff, and it does it to perfection in this issue, folks. When I tell you, man, there's so many storytelling techniques employed in this, man. Like, it's a wonderful story, man. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, but you guys really need to check this one out, man. Yeah. When are you gonna read this one out?
Probably later today.
Yeah? Man, I don't know. This is great. There's a twist. There's a twist. Oh my god. Yo, you're gonna when you read it, tell me what you think about it, man. But yeah, a lot of fantastic techniques. Great. This is Hassan, one of Hassan's books here. Just love the lettering, everything, man. Packs an emotional punch, this one, folks. Look at that, folks. I'm not gonna delve too much into this one. I got a sneak peek at That Texas Blood 20, out December the 7th. So this is a one-shot, a special one-shot. So make sure you pick this one up, because it will not be collected in the trade paperbacks. So this is the only way to get it. So this is out in a couple weeks' time. And look at that lovely variant, the Spawn. So Image is doing all the Spawn variants. I'm not getting very many, but I'm getting this one. I'm gonna get the Lovesick one, and I think there was one. Oh, the Philadelphia one, which hasn't been released yet. Other than that, I don't know how many I'm gonna get. I think that's it. But this is great. I love it, man. So much fun. But this one, so it's a standalone story, and man, the words that come to my mind immediately are charming, fun. This honestly might be the funnest issue of That Texas Blood I've read, because TTB can be a little heavy is not the right word. How would you describe it, Al? Like, it's dark. You're dealing horror adjacent, noir. So, but this was just it's about I think his name's Billy, Joe Bob's son, and he's drawing and he's writing. He's telling this story. I won't tell you the details. I'm going to talk about it the week of in more details, but just know, folks, that this is a lovely story, man. I had so much fun with this, man. Great. I honestly think that this might be some of Jacob's best work in the series, man. It's a nice change of pace when he gets to use, a different, color palette. And then he switches it up. He employs a little sum that you guys will see when we're in the story that the child is telling. So wonderful, man. Go and check it out. Revolvers 2. Okay, first of all, shout out to Christian Dabari, because Buddy is a straight up G. His artwork combined with Simon Goff's color work is some of the most, like, how would you describe it even? Like, it's Hellraiser but on paper, man.
It's
just
like visceral.
Just gory, but it's not. It's just it's off. It's off. No, not off-putting. I don't know. Just sick. It really is, folks. Him and Simon Goff combination artwork, some of my favorite stuff. And then because I'm not entirely sure what the hell is going on in this story. So you got this is set in Detroit. You got a detective. What's his name? Hampton, right? In issue 1, him and his partner they go on a drug raid, but they're ambushed by the dope dealers, by a character by the name of Lapiton, who has some kind of supernatural. Well, he's supernatural in nature. And at the end of issue 1, Detective Hampton, he murks himself. He shoots himself in the head because Piton has killed his wife. So he's transported to this world. What's it called? What's it called though? Oh, the moratorium, right? Which is like a reality on top of a reality. They describe it as a ghost world existing in a parallel with that of the living. So it's not hell, but it's not heaven. And there's this thing called the gyre. I think I look at his art, yo. Holy Christian is unreal, man. Did I have that? There's this thing called the gyre where it resets, so it brings back all these demons like back to life almost. So this detective is trying to survive in this world, and we get more backstory, on his partners and some betrayal and all this good stuff. But this one is a whole lot of fun, man. Just simply put,
he only has like a set amount of time to finish all this, because every time he gets killed in moratorium, you become more less human and more demonic,
more undead.
Yeah, and so he only has but in this one, the ending was kind of surprising, because I thought that maybe like the physical connection would still have to be there for them to exist in this plane. But they kind of broke that rule that I had self-imposed on the story. So I'm curious to see where it goes next. I did read this right before the show, so like I didn't put it in my top, but it was it was a solid issue. I really like it. And I really like because they said it's like the basis for like a game that's about to come out. And
that's right.
And I think that's like such a fun idea, kind of like Diablo. I think it'd probably be in that kind of style.
Yeah, Marklin, check it out. I mean, like, look at this art. It's insane. And like, these are not even high res images, so not doing the art justice. But yeah, like you have that physical in your hand, or even like a digital copy. You see,
I'd say for revolvers, I feel like the physical hits way harder.
Yeah. Well, I got it here somewhere. Yeah, man. So I read it in digital first. I haven't read my physical copy, but check it out, man. It's some cool shit. And then his gun, kind of, how would you describe it? It doesn't talk to him, but it
kind of guides. It's like
guides him.
Yeah, like it pushes him, even the story, because we're seeing it, not him. Like, so it's kind of like almost narrating like what this segment of the story is about to be about.
Yeah, so a whole lot of fun. Those were my favorite 3. So Revolvers number 2, TTB number 20, which is coming out in a couple weeks. Make sure you guys cop that, top tier. And then Crashing, which really, again, this is like, comic book at its finest, man. Like techniques employed that, if you recognize them, you just really appreciate from a technical standpoint. Even like I love how they recap the story here.
Yeah, I pointed that out. I pointed that out when I did number 2.
I mean, just keep jumping on my wave, but that's cool.
The design of the book, and then even how they have like the pain levels at the end of the book, and it kind of tells you how the book is like increasing in tension. And on each issue, the pain tolerance at the end of the book goes up 1 mark. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That's fun little stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, that's cool. Like this one here. I'm not even gonna get into details. Just read it, because I don't want to spoil it, man. Like, this is her first meeting with her husband, but how the writer, they almost kind of use a ruse. They kind of trick you, and then somehow, oh, man.
I'm gonna read it later.
Oh, Chef's Kiss, man. Like honestly, on this stuff alone, I could really delve into it, but it's hard to without spoiling it. So I want you guys to just enjoy it, man. But trust me, this is one that everyone should be reading, man. Yeah, those are my reads, man. Those are my reads. Yeah.
That's fun little reads.
Yeah. What you got? Shout out
So
to Lil Crux.
my first.
Why you hate on him? You don't drop his comments. Like, why you like that? Oh.
My first pick is Batman One Bad Day, Mr. Freeze.
My coochie's hairy number one.
What's that? My God, why'd you say that out loud? You ignorant.
I don't get it. What is it?
Say it again.
My coochie's hairy?
Yeah. That's why I was ignoring.
Yo, this guy. Hey, yo. Yo, this guy got me.
And then you just read it. Like I was like, I know he's not about to read it, and then you just did.
Yo. Oh my goodness, he got me.
He got
me. Yo. Oh man. I was like, I didn't hear that. Who publishes that? Who's the publisher on that one?
Who would be the publisher?
Yeah, who would be the publisher on Mike? He's hairy number one. Is that Black Label?
Super indie. That's gonna be a Kickstarter.
Kickstarter? Oh, that's crowdfunded. From the streets, baby. From the streets.
So this one kind of reimagines Mr. Freeze's relationship with Nora. In this bad day, in Mr. Freeze's bad day, he's kind of, they do like a flashback first. They kind of start off with Victor being overworked, and they kind of allude to what's happening in the future with him, like, you know, encapsulating insects and all that stuff. And, you know, Nora's telling him, like, you need to stop working so much. Like, what about our like, he's like, should I go say hi to your friends? And she's like, what do you mean they're our friends? You just don't go say hi to them. And so you kind of get this dynamic that he's, rather than just plain out loving, like they kind of depict him in like the animated series and in other runs, he's kind of like an overworked, jealous, controlling. He's kind of an asshole. And she just wants to have a good time, and he's just not into it. They kind of allude to like her possibly like wanting to leave this situation and all that stuff too, but it goes over his head because he's so consumed with his work. And so then we're introduced to this set of Batman and Robin, and in this one it's like it's Batman, and it is Dick Grayson in this one. And Dick is like kind of questioning Batman, because Batman says there's some people that are just irredeemable, and they have like these dueling ideologies that they kind of take to Alfred. And Alfred's like, you just gotta see. Oh, and also Starro as the tree topper is hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
And so they do employ one of my favorite Batman characters. Oh, and then this is when they try to take Nora from him, but
it's great art.
One of my favorite Batman characters, Matches Malone, when Bruce goes undercover as Matches Malone. So, like, for context and history of Batman, you know, there were these two brothers, and this isn't in the book. This is just, like, you know, if you didn't know who Matches was before, like, there were these two brothers that were criminals. One of them dies. The other one goes after Batman. He ends up dying from like a ricochet bullet, and then Bruce like assumes his identity in the underground world. And so every time he goes undercover as Matches Malone. And I just thought this was the funniest. And then he like sprays whiskey on his neck as like a aftershave, and it's just the funniest bullshit. And even in this series of panels, he's just undercover hanging out with the guys trying to get information on where Freeze is, because he's trying to prove a point to Robin that it's not that people are irredeemable. Oh, also, I'm always going to show a backhand to a child. it's just to like reiterate the point that it's not that people are irredeemable because I say they are. They're irredeemable because they repeat actions. So what they do is like they set up a lab for him to work on the cure for Nora. And what does he do? He works himself into this rage, and he does what he always does: gets frustrated, tries to kill a bunch of people because he's not doing what he feels he needs to be doing. And so it's actually like a really nice, like, pleasant Batman Robin story, to be honest. It's lighthearted.
It is a one shot, eh?
These are all like one shots, yeah.
Man, it looks honestly. I think haven't been reading these one shots, but I think this is the one that I'm gonna. I read. Just I like the. I love this art, man.
Yeah, this one was really like, because some of them have been like really dark. Like the first one, the Riddler one, was like really
good too, eh?
Very, yeah, it was good, but it was very heavy, very dark. This one was like a nice Christmas story. Like Christmas was kind of implemented, and for me, like I love like those like old school comic book issues where you see like Christmas in the background, or it's like some kind of holiday. It's just fun. Yeah. And so this takes that and
I find Gotham City really lends itself well to the whole Christmas vibe and season.
For sure.
What is it about it? I don't know, but it's great. Yeah.
Like, to me, Gotham doesn't have a summer. It's always cold. It's always chilly.
It is. I know. It's true.
Frigid.
It's true. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really nice story. The dynamics between Batman and Robin in this are really nice. Great. Alfred, the dog is in this one too. It's wow. It was a nice palate cleanser for Batman.
Yeah.
A Batman story. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks awesome, man. That's probably the page of the week right there, man. That's amazing. Wow. Okay.
Do recommend. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know how sometimes Batman stories can kind of like get in the way of itself, but this is just a clean, hit 'em up. This is the story, in and out. It was nice.
Okay.
Nice change of pace. My number 2 is 10,000 Black Feathers. Number 3. So this is actually from book 2, this page, but I just thought it was really cool because like they kind of show what their roles are in their world that they created. And like Jacqueline, she's like the enforcer, and Trish is like the mage, she's like the healer. And so in number 3, it all kind of comes to a head exactly what's been happening. Like Jacqueline is missing, presumed dead, for 10 years. Trish returns to their hometown and is staying with Jacqueline's mom. But then we kind of get some kind of grounding on why things are weird and where we're at. And it's like because she like confessed her love for Jacqueline right before she went missing. And so now we're playing with the idea of like reality and like what's happening with the feathers and this world they created and the crows, and like it's all like playing together. And you remember like in the prelude, the guys with the face masks on? We get like a name for them in this one. They're called Oh no. We finally get a name for it. But anyway, so she confronts
what are the names? Bobby?
Skinwalkers.
Ricky Bobby?
What if they did just have proper names? Frank, Todd. So this was really cool because like this page just kind of showed like the nature of man, not all men, but just like this guy was accused of being responsible for some, like in some capacity back in the day. And he was like, that's not me. I had an alibi. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not that kind of man. I've changed. I'm married. And she's like, but I lured you here on a dating app. And so it's just kind of funny that like, men will men. No, you don't have to have read the Passageway. So how they set up the stories is like, you can read all of them out of order, or you could read them in order, or you could only read one and it will all make sense. But it is really cool that there are callbacks to certain things.
I remember in issue 1 there was a couple Easter eggs. Yeah.
With the lighthouse and even like with the feathers, and then we have the skinwalkers. And even in this story, they're building this world, this fictional world, but it's seeming like the world that they built is kind of where a lot of these like big bads are that have been mentioned in previous works. So it's like kind of like, is it a real world? Like, did they actually tap into something, or or is this all just mental illness?
I can't wait to read this, man. I wanted to get to this last night, ran out of time, but this is my next one. Yeah, I'm gonna because I didn't read number 2 yet, so I'll just start again from number 1, which I recall number 1 being like a super quick read.
Minimum. Oh, they're all honestly.
They're all like that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this my last pick is it is I Hate Fairyland Volume 2 number 1. For context, I've never read I Hate Fairyland. I never read the first volume, which is like a lot of issues, I know. I think it's like 5 hardcover, 20-ish. I don't know. I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
Haven't read it. So don't shoot the messenger for me not knowing stuff. But when I tell you, this was such a fun book. It was so cool. And so in this one, like, you have this little guy asking for a bedtime story, and the bedtime story that his dad is telling him is like about Gertrude, who like gets transported to this fairy world when she's a kid, and she like spends 30 years there as a kid, and over time she just gradually loses her grip with reality. And it's so funny because she's a little kid, like, and so I can't wait to go back. I've already like reserved like at my library like the hardcovers for the first run. Yeah, it was I can't see and so on this one she's actually back in the regular world, and she's working a regular job. And I included the words in this because I've never met a Jeff I like. So anytime I see a joke at the expense of somebody named Jeff, I'm into it. Automatic number 1 book.
What was that? My name is Jeff.
And so she's like getting harassed by all these patrons and stuff, and then in her head she just like snaps and like and it's so funny. And it's like it could be it could have easily been like very cartoony, like very like not tongue in cheek, because that would have been too good, but like just corny feeling, you know what I mean? Like, but it's like it balances that line very well, where it's like it knows where it needs to be aggressive, and it knows where it needs to be a little bit more cutesy. And so then she's like in this, so the setup for this volume or whatever is that she's propositioned by somebody whose child went missing in Fairyland, and they want her to go back. And so I thought that was a really cool premise for this. And I am going to go back and read the first volume. And I was surprised as well that, for this to be as established as it is, for me to come in cold and me to just absolutely fall in love with it.
Easy to jump into the world without having read previously
like these pages, they like obviously very much summarize it very quickly, but you kind of get the gist of her shenanigans, and it's very self-aware. Like, it very much makes fun of itself for being rushed at the end of the original series, and that there might have been some other choices they would have made in hindsight.
Oh, really? Eh?
Yeah, so it's very...
He's poking fun at himself a little bit.
Yeah, very tongue-in-cheek, very self-aware.
Okay. I gotta be honest. I'm not really digging... I'm not digging something about the art, and even that cover I find a little offensive to the eye. I don't know. I can't put I'm not feeling this cover on the left or the interior art.
To be honest with you, I was kind of put off by this series prior, because I thought, I was like, I'm not really into it. But it's so funny, and the colors they pop so well when you're just reading it that I'm like, this is just like a good time.
Yeah. I can't. I don't know. The only thing is just I find it offensive, visually speaking. Yeah, but okay, cool.
Yeah. So
this was your number 1?
I wouldn't say any of my books are number 1, 2, or 3, but I will say out of everything that I've read so far this week, these 3 and then Revolvers. Yeah. There's some stuff I still have to check out. But
Fabian, have you read it? What are your thoughts, man? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it might be one of those books if I actually read it,
Because I'm gonna be real with you, I've seen it before. I've seen that when the first run was going on, and I was like, I'm not really into the art style. Like it's a little too much for me. But something just told me like just read it, and I read it, and I was like, hilarious.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Scotty is an acquired taste, both as a writer and artist. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And Joy's saying, I think that's kind of the point. The subject matter is a little. Oh, so you read that one too, eh, bud? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I think the art style and the content, like,
not pleasing to the eye.
Because a lot of times you'll see, like, when they try to do that, like, cutesy, like, art style, but it's like super violent or hyper violent. It kind of doesn't like. It's kind of like, I don't know, overdone. They do it so much that it's kind of like not even shocking anymore.
That juxtaposition from the
but this one is tongue in cheek enough and self aware enough that the meta-ness of it is funny. Like it kind of is compelling. Okay. And also for this arc, again, she was a child, or she was like an adult in a child's body. For the older one, and so for her to be like fully realized now as an adult, and she's just kind of been a drunk since she's, encapsulated this, life on this side, and her only real option is to go back because she's just been not doing shit since.
So same creative team then from the first volume?
I didn't read the first volume.
What's going on, K-pop junkie? Haven't read the new one, but I am excited for this. Love Gertz. Okay.
She's hilarious, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Figures saying Scotty does it like that purposefully. If you look at his regular chibi art, it's way different. Yeah.
And also I went into it
expecting... he's not on the art in this book though.
Just the cover.
Just the cover. Oh, okay.
Which is something else that I assumed I know how to read. So obviously I see that there's a creative team on the older books, but for some reason I always was like, oh, it's just Scotty's art on the inside. I'll pass, right? Because I'm not, again, I'll buy a cover of his here and there, but I'm not like the biggest, fan necessarily. And so once I saw that the art style was like completely different, I was like, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah. Who said it? Is an acquired taste? I think that's absolutely fair. He's very much an acquired taste. I just want to flex one more time. Look at that. Oh my god. It's so pretty. Yeah, man. Look at that shit. Are you gonna grab a hardcover out?
Probably not.
No? Wow. Why?
I tend not to buy things with American flag imagery on it.
You know what? Listen. Can I keep it 100 with you? Same way I find the American flag off-putting. I'm sorry for my American viewers and as down there. I don't mean it as a, but it's just for me it's like a red flag, and the symbolism behind it and everything, all that history. But I there's something about this. I love the cover. I love the art.
I said it ironically, and I know you have a trouble with that word when I use it, but I did say it sarcastically. I do like it. It's solid and everything, but just for me, I have so many versions of Philadelphia. Maybe once like it's wrapped and they release it as a whole, I'll get something, but I'm gonna be real, I probably won't be getting that.
No, man, I'm working on that review copy from Buddy over there. We'll see. And one more time, I haven't heard a thank you yet from you.
Yeah, I'll give you a thank you when I see the right price on those things.
You're so ungrateful. Yeah. Love it. The foil pops, man. So yeah. That's it, I think, Reggie was first and now he's gonna try to be last. Still going. He was here like at 10 a.m.
Oh, because he went to church. He just got out.
Okay. Dope. How come you're not in church, ma'am?
Oh, I'm agnostic.
Wow.
Whatever.
Really?
Me?
I didn't know about that.
I mean, it's not anything. I just don't believe in one organized religion being right, basically.
Explains a lot.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
I grew up like going to Catholic church and Christian church, but I don't believe in monotheism or just one be all end all. It's not mathin' for me.
Heathen, eh? Just
and integrating the bloodlines.
I know you just. Oh my goodness! Let's dilute. Just dilute the purity.
Which is so crazy because you said it like it was evil, but when you think about it, like that's what we should be doing, not purifying the races. Because if I was like, yes, let's keep the bloodlines clean, then you'd be like, whoa, wait a minute.
Gotta keep it pure, baby.
Not y'all being mad at me for saying the right thing.
Oh my goodness, man. Oh man, we gotta be careful. Man, I have a feeling we're gonna get some strikes with this one. You threw out that K word all willy nilly.
It's a C word.
Whoa!
Whoa! Not you spelling it with a K. That makes it more offensive.
Is it? I don't know.
The C word is not a bad word. It's a personality trait of a certain kind of black person, and if you want to be it, own it.
Oh man, Catholic school. I grew up Catholic. I'm Catholic. Yeah.
Oh, disclaimer. I guess I have to give one every 30 minutes. I am black.
Yes, folks. You should give it every 30 minutes, especially after your comments this morning. You gotta make sure folks know.
My comments this morning.
Oh, please.
I'm gonna say it again. You gotta
switch up your profile pic. The grace is throwing folks off. Oh man, I'm gonna read 10,000 Black Feathers. I'm excited to get into that. Yeah, that's been good, man. And then we gotta buckle down, eh? It's nerdy's time. Man. We gotta figure out.
Joe wants to know what's the C word.
Joe, you gotta go back for the replay for that one. We can't. You're not repeating that all.
I'm not gonna say coon again.
Hey, good. Ma'am.
A coon is a coon is a coon.
Jeez.
Specifically in
what's
reference
your background though? One more time for.
I am African American.
Thank you. Okay, just making sure it's out there. Folks. Oh my God, what's happening here?
The fact that people think that's a bad word when it's just like a negative personality trait.
I don't know. I don't.
You know how many raccoon memes I can't use because you know how many cute raccoon outfits I can't put on my kids?
They're called rakins.
Are they called rakins?
They're called rakins.
Look, there's so many cute raccoon toys and little cutesy outfits that I can't put on my kids because the world ruined it for everybody. You know what I mean? So thank you for that. All the monkey outfits I can't put on my kids because a certain race of people decided to put that. You know what I mean? That's not cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's right. Stay PC, y'all. I think that went out the window. the second L became co-host of this house of nerd.
You said you needed a little bit more seasoning.
A whole lot more seasoning. It was way too bright up in here before. Don't need that. Shall we check in on the poll? Let's close it up here. Where are we at? Again, 50-50.
How is it 50-50?
Elle, it's 50-50.
There's no way your book got 50% of votes.
Elle, it's at 50-50. So these last couple of weeks, the voting has been tight, man.
No, it's okay. I'll take it.
How are we gonna break it this week?
No, I'm not reading Hunt for Red October.
Ma'am, you gotta listen. This is what we do here. At the house.
Well, because you stole my win this week, we're going to go with my win.
I did not steal your win.
Yes, you did. It was at 52% on Twitter and 50-50 on YouTube.
And then when we closed the poll last night, it was up by 2. But you're so petty, you go and you...
Actually, if we're going to be technical, the poll closed 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But people were still voting.
And it was up.
Okay, so we're going with my win.
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, Joey. I guess Joey's the tiebreaker, or K-pop if K-pop didn't vote. Here, we'll throw it up quick time for everyone. Where's the copper drop? Where'd it go? Huh? Where's the copper drop pics? Okay. So, Once Upon a Time at the End of the World. All right. Boom. And what was mine?
Some mid-ass.
Fear of a Red Planet. Aftershock. K-pop. Joey, if you guys didn't vote, I don't know, whoever didn't vote, let's go. Cookie, don't betray me, please.
Also, please remember where you know what's going to happen at the end of the day. is, you know, it's
first of all,
hold on. Can you?
Once upon a time at the end of the
so let's be real.
It's the first of 3 volumes. It's ridiculous.
How is that? At least you know you're investing in a story that's going to be around for a minute.
Mine is a mini.
This is the groundwork of a bigger thing. This is the groundwork for a story that will grow with you over the course of 15 issues.
Goodness,
15 issues is too many for you?
It's too many books. Too many books these days. I like minis.
Okay.
Minis. Maxis at most.
Okay.
If I see if it's I'm gonna forget it. Only ongoing I'm reading is Killer.
Just remember, a vote for me is a vote on the safe side. That you will continue to have a prosperous life and friendship on the internet. Voting for Sergio is voting to get bullied, harassed. Say true. Cosign. It's okay. We don't even need him for the show. I see Once Upon a Time, and so I'm assuming that I'm the winner.
No.
You stole my win today.
We really didn't. Like almost 5 o'clock here.
Listen, Joe, who are you telling? Because I've learned quickly on this show that I have little to none except for Cookie. So if Cookie doesn't vote...
I feel like you're starting to take these copper drabs way too serious, kind of like a previous...
you know what I love about this is that I knew that that's where you were going to go. So why not feed into it? Yeah.
So sad. Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me. Oof. Wrong.
So Fear of a Red Planet is the winner. You know, we're gonna rock with the owner of the show's pick. You know, the head leader, mastermind.
Get it right, CEO, baby. CEO.
Let me do it how we were supposed to do it.
From their daddy.
Yeah.
You know. You got it. You got it.
What did you say in the other one? You said the overlord of this. Before you called me the other C word.
In the synopsis, the overlord. Oh man. No, I don't know. What are you calling it? You call it. I'll let you call it.
No, you can have it.
Oh, okay. You sure?
Yeah, I only want a clean win.
You want a clean win? All right, so let's throw it up one more time.
No, thank you. That'd be your job now.
Oh, you see? There you go. All right, folks, we're gonna read "Fear of a Dead Planet" or "Fear of a Red Planet."
Can't even get the name right, but go.
Yeah,
go
Aftershock out this Wednesday, man. Just check it out. Check it out. Hey, and we get the review arcs from Aftershock. Easy for you, man. see what happens when you put those lies out there like that. Terrible. Hey folks, I think we're gonna wrap it up. We had fun talking Wakanda Forever. We got into a little interview with the vampire man. Guys, check it out if you haven't already. Again, like I said, it bears repeating. I thought it looked corny. I thought it wasn't for me. I thought it was gonna be like CW, doo-doo. But this is really good television. The performances from the 2 main actors are Le Chef's Kiss. Really good, man. Yeah. I got 2 more to go. I'm gonna finish those tonight, man. If you haven't checked it out, man. And then read Fear of a Red Planet along with us. Let us know what you think. Yeah. Yodi threw that coming up.
Interview with the Sea Pyre.
Yeah.
That's what he told me.
Gonna go watch Spoiler Kings. Yeah, man. So again, Cookie, you and the Spoiler Kings really, is what made me go and watch Interview. So, but it's so funny that we're kind of like on the same wave with the number 4 was my least favorite. Not that it was bad, but the first 3, the quality was so high for me, and then even number 5 that 4 just didn't hit the same, but it was still good.
And y'all go check out Cookie's page for the link to her talking about it.
Oh yeah, Cookie was talking about it. Oh, I didn't know. So let's get this done here. Next Saturday again, Hassan, come hang out with us. May have a giveaway. Maybe we'll see. And then we're gonna drop the nerdies info soon. We're gonna have a date for you, and you know how you guys get to vote and all that good stuff, man. This year was so good, man. Like even something like 10,000 Black Feathers. Would you put it? Where would you put that? You think it's gonna make the cut?
No.
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 You didn't like it?
No, I love it. It's just not gonna make the cut.
Oh, okay. Okay. Why you say that?
It feels very like, for me, it feels like very niche. And I know for me, when I read a book, if it feels too personal to me, then probably most people don't like it. You know what I mean?
May's book.
You know, when you read May's book, yeah, I feel like, yeah, May's book, I feel also
That's
is like, it's excellent. And you know, I have that like 150 cover, that hardcover with the cloth.
That cost you $150?
No, like 100.
Jesus.
And I got it because, you know, it had like, it's signed and it has it's threaded, it's hand threaded, the May's book title, and it's like this fabric cover. It's so fucking nice. And so
is it signed?
Yeah, there's a book plate, signed book plate. And
so it was Lemire.
and it's numbered. I think there's like 100 or something.
He's doing a signing in Toronto, which I think next week or something, which I'm pretty hyped for. He doesn't do signings often, so I'll try to go get some. Yeah, but that hardcover is nice, man. I just
you can only get it on like Dark Horse Direct, like from the collector's website. Yeah. Really nice.
Okay.
That was my birthday gift to myself this year.
To yourself? Wow. Okay.
Sorry.
Here's my gift. No. Turning 20.
After you called me.
It's a big one. No?
You're turning 20?
Yeah, man.
Plus 20?
Get out of here. Yeah, right. You know. Hey. Hit that outro. Hit that outro. Come on, let's wrap this up.
Yeah,
Come
you're
on.
right. Hold on.
Stop stalling. Get out of here. Where's it at? There we go. Folks, we had a great time with you guys. Next week, Hassan, Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern. We're still doing a Sunday show, though. Come through, shenanigans, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate this community. Thank you so much. We're out of here. Oh, you're not saying bye? That's rude.